Hello everyone and welcome back to another watch along. Today it is Borussia Mönchengladbach or Man City versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. So yeah, hopefully it's a good game. Man City, I'm sure you already know, but Man City are 2-0 up on aggregate. So hopefully we can get over the line. I say a lot, I don't really trust Man City in the Champions League, so it's not quite as straightforward as a Premier League game. But yeah, I will be joined at some point by Ryan. And yeah, other people might jump in as well. I'll just go through the starting lineups in case you haven't seen them already. Man City have Edison in net, Walker, Diaz, Stones, and Cancelo at the back. So he's returned to his usual formation, I'd say. Rodri in the middle with Gundogan, De Bruyne on the wings, Mahrez and Foden, I'm assuming, and then Bernardo as a false nine, or it might be Bernardo on the wing and Foden as a false nine. Who knows? It's Pep. But yeah, I think it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to go with the lineup that he went with against Fulham, just because a back three with two wing backs is a little bit new to this squad. So yeah, as much as it worked against Fulham, maybe it doesn't work so much against a European team. So we'll see. Pep's not a massive fan of strikers. Dortmund, I should say, Borussia Mönchengladbach, they actually made a joke about it, saying, City don't need a striker. I actually think we play better with a false nine. So I can't really fault this sort of formation. It's worked for us. And yeah, that's what it is. Gladbach, on the other hand, they have Jan Sommer in net, Zakaria, Thuram, Stindl, Lena. Then they have Hoffman, Benzibani, Ginter, Elvedi, Newhouse, and Mbolo. So yeah, they have Kramer's on the bench, Traore's on the bench. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I feel like City should be going through based on we have 2 away goals. That being said, I think a lot of this game will go down to who scores first. I think if Man City score first, I think we'll it won't be too difficult a game. If they score first, I think Man City might panic, which I don't want to see. So yeah, hopefully we get the first goal. Big up to Marlan in the building. He says, yo, big up to you. Valvish fans in the building. He says, big up Yannicka. Big up to you too. Big up Jan. Velvetron says Florian Newhouse, a masterclass incoming. We'll see. I'm not too confident. I'm never confident ahead of Champions League games, so we'll see how it goes. I would expect Man City to turn up. I'd expect Man City to do the job and get over the line. That's what I would expect. So yeah, we'll see. Nathan says big up to the 2 realists, Jan and Ryan. Yeah, we should change the name of Sarcasm City to Jan, me and Ryan. Jan City TV. Slen says no strikers SC back at it. Yeah, I think we play better playing like that there. I would like to see Aguero come on. I would really like to see that because I think I miss Aguero and he's Aguero. So I would like to see him come on, but I think the false 9 kind of works well for us. Ferran Torres plays a lot in the Champions League, so I reckon he'll come on. He usually does. Wayne says, big up Jan. I hope you're okay. Who's joining you today? I think it's going to be Ryan. I don't actually mind doing it on my own. It's a watch along, isn't it? So I don't mind. Nathan says, Jan, do you think Pep would have learnt from past mistakes like against Leon, for example? He did say, because I think last season everyone kind of got on his case. They were like, it's your fault because that lineup was that formation was a little bit weird. So I think a lot of the sort of players were angry at him, not just the fans. The players were angry, and apparently De Bruyne, I think, after the game he was angry. You know, he's like, same shit every year. So he wasn't happy. So I think people have gotten to him. He did say he's not going to overthink it this year. So maybe that's the warning that he needed. I don't know. But I don't think he can. I don't think he can really make that same mistake every season. I think he needs to learn from it. He's learned from certain things that have been said, because people said he can't rebuild. He started rebuilding, it's working. You know, people said he has no plan B, which was true. And, you know, this season, he changed things. Things weren't working. He changed it, you know. I sort of feel like the formations this season are his plan B. So rather than just like, if you play in a certain way and it doesn't work, changing it, I feel like almost him thinking, okay, this team play this way, let me play a false nine. Like against Chelsea, it shocked Chelsea. Chelsea were not expecting that. And I think that is why we went and played so well in that game. So Pep is kind of silencing the haters a little bit. So I'd like to see him do it in Europe. I would love to see that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm hoping that he's learned from it, because we're better than a lot of these teams that we're going out to. Zayn said, Jan, you're in today. Where the man I'm at? They've all ditched me. Jan, eyes on Aguero to Barcelona, should be open soon. Interesting, actually. I do think that Aguero, I did say that if Messi comes, Aguero will stay. So I think Messi's now staying. So whether Aguero goes there, who knows? I don't believe this whole both of them to PSG. Why would PSG buy two players that are at the end of their careers? Doesn't really make much financial sense. It makes sense for Man City to get Messi, and it makes sense for Barcelona to get Aguero, but it doesn't make sense to sign two players at the end of their career. Doesn't really make sense. Wilma said the other turned up late, so Jan had to go all Arteta on him. Nice. Cool. I don't mind doing it on my own, to be fair. Lord Ballon d'Origi is leaving Liverpool, is he? I'm not surprised, though. He doesn't play too much, so for his sake, he probably should go. Plus, he's won the Champions League and he's won the Premier League now, so he's not really got much to do at Liverpool. Slen's talk, every game Jan isn't confident, allow it, man. Borussia are holding smoke like a barbecue. You know what? I would, like I said, I'd expect Man City to go through. The only thing is I never rule things out, because we have seen 3-0 scorelines be overturned. So 2-0 to me, if they score first, 2-1, it's a lot closer than it sounds. But yeah, I would expect that to be sort of us going for 2-0 away. I'd expect that from City. Wayne, if you want company, I'm free to jump on. I'll send you the link in a sec. Taekwon says false 9 this time. Yeah, we like a false 9. I like a false 9. Big up to Realistic Gunner Larry. He says, hold tight, Jan, ready for a stroll in the park at the Etihad. It's not at the Etihad, it's in Budapest. So we're not actually at home, but yeah, we'll see. I'd actually say our form at the Etihad isn't the best. So I don't know whether that will work in our favour like it did for Liverpool or not, because we're away again, essentially. Ultra Parisian says, will Aguero play tonight? I'd like to see him. He isn't starting, though. He's on the bench. Valvashwan, Cancelo is such an underrated right back. He doesn't get enough credit. He definitely gets enough credit from me. But yeah, I agree. He's very underrated. Last season, he was trying to do what he's doing now, but it wasn't really working. And I used to big him up all the time last season. Every time I bigged him up, he'd have like a disaster class. And I'd be like, man. Because like it would just make people kind of come at me like, he's shit. And I was like, no, he's good. So it's nice to see him actually doing what he was trying to do last year successfully. Yeah, you have to give him credit for the way he stepped up. He's been one of our best players this season for sure. So yeah, I think he'll just get better and better. He's a good player. Samuel, Man City would struggle playing against Lewandowski and Gnabry. The problem with Man City is that the bigger teams are not who we struggle against. That's the problem. Like, we've gone and got results against Madrid, and then when we play Lyon, who are arguably not as good. I know Real Madrid have fallen off a little bit this season. But last season, they're a little bit better. And, you know, you would expect Man City to get a result over Lyon more so than Real Madrid. And that wasn't the case. So, I don't know. I don't really care who we come up against. I just want to see Man City go and play their normal game of football. Because on our day, against anyone, we'll cause them problems. Whether we win or not is a different thing. But we will cause them problems. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Taekwon says Barcelona becoming a retirement team if they're looking to rebuild. Why got Aguero? I agree with that. I think Aguero wants to play with Messi. He did say that he doesn't like living in Spain. Like, he didn't like it when he was there. That's why when he was linked to Real Madrid for about 100 years, since he's been at City, every derby he's linked to Real Madrid. I knew he was never going to go there. So, yeah, we'll see. Zayn said, that's facts, Jan, because financial fair play will kick in if PSG do some weird shit again. Yeah, I don't know. They spent 200 mil in 2 different transfer windows. So it's interesting because, you know, people talk about City and it. They kind of, I think they did get fined like Man City, but nothing really happened. Financial fair play is a load of bullshit anyway, if we're being honest. TJK Gamer said Aguero needs to end his Man City career with a Champions League title. That's the only thing he's missing from his trophy cabinet. He deserves it. I 100% agree with that. And for that reason, I do want us to win it. But I'll be a little bit gutted for Aguero if he doesn't win it this season and he doesn't get the chance to win it. Like, if he's not playing. If he plays and he plays for 90 minutes and we go out, then he's only got himself to blame because he would have had an opportunity to go there, you know, and win that game, which we've seen him do so many other times. But yeah, I think definitely I'd love to see it. I think I'm gutted that David Silva never won it, to be honest. I think he was deserving of one. But looks like that would never happen now. So yeah, I'm a little bit gutted for him, and I will be gutted for Aguero if he leaves without it. And to be honest, my personal favourite is Fernandinho, so I would like to see him lift it, if we're being honest. Zayn says Taekwon Barcelona first signing going to be Bellerin, so it sums it up really. I don't know what Barcelona are doing really. Big up Gummy, big up to you. I actually know this person in real life. Big up Ray. He says, give us Laporte on loan, please. Now we need Laporte, man. Do you know what? Like, we've gone from having only company that we can rely on at the back to having 3 centre-backs that we can rely on. Like, I don't take anyone for granted. Like, at the end of the day, if we get an injury to Stones or Diaz, we're going to need Laporte, you know. And Laporte, to be fair, is coming in anyway. He's playing his part, you know. People are saying, how's he going to get in the squad? Pep showed against Fulham that he will find ways to get him in the squad. So, yeah, I think he'll be quite happy to stay at Man City. So, yeah. Daniel, big up to Daniel every time. Oh, Lord, sorry. I knew people were going to bring it up now. I just seen the one of the comments. Let me just put the game on because I don't want to miss the game. You know I can't multitask, guys. If you know me, you know I can't multitask, so... I'll try. Samuel says Messi and Aguero at PSG would be frightening, like having Andy Cole, Dwight York up front. True, but I just can't see that you would, as a club who are sort of used to spending quite a lot of money, why would you go and spend... Sorry, guys. Why would you go and spend money on Sergio Aguero? Fair enough, he'll be out of contract, so you're not going to have to spend too much on him. But at the same time, you're still going to have to pay his wages, which aren't going to be small. And then you've got Messi, who, even though would come on potentially free, there's going to be other clubs interested. So you're probably not going to get Messi for free. You're going to have to pay. Then you're going to have to pay his wages, which are going to be way even more than Aguero's on top. It just, to me, doesn't really make too much sense from a financial point of view. That's why I'm saying, like, if we bought Messi or sort of Barcelona bought Aguero, it's not too bad because it's only one player. So yeah, we'll have to see. You never know. Shawnee said, watch Foden shred tonight. I don't even know what shred means. I'm assuming it means something good. I love Foden. I love seeing Foden in our team. Yeah, I agree with this, Daniel. Definitely. Shawnee said, why is everyone so scared of playing Porto? You know what? I don't know, because we played Porto and we got them in the group, didn't we? And we played them and, you know, I think we beat them 3-1 and then drew away at Porto. So it's one of them things. I think it's not. I'd actually not mind getting them because, like I say, even though Man City tend to play better against the better teams, I just think we kind of are familiar with Porto. So we would kind of know what to expect a little bit more. The people that I don't want to draw if we get free tonight is English teams. And, you know, I'd rather go out to a Porto than like a Chelsea. You know, I think it's I would feel more gutted if we went out to Chelsea than I would if we went out to Porto. So yeah, it's one of them things. Big up to Ryan, who is in the building. How you doing?
You all right? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. Nah, you'll easily get through. To be fair, the game's just started on mine. Like, has it started on yours yet?
Yeah, it's like literally just started.
I'll just rewind it then to about
Yeah,
what time?
it's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Ultra Parisians,
All right,
which
yeah.
club has
Should be
no
all right.
debt? Do you know what? Man City don't have debt, but we have like the debt that you need for your finances. So we have debt, but we don't actually have debt. Like they could just pay off the debt. But I think you need debt as a business. It's like positive debt, if you know. Not like Man United that are half a billion in debt. It is what it is. Yeah, I think Aguero did sort of confirm that he was going to Barcelona apparently in Spanish. I've seen it. I don't understand Spanish, but apparently he basically said that he would go to Barcelona. So yeah, he's always said that he wanted to play with Messi, and this is why when Messi was linked with Man City and Barcelona looked bad, that's why I was saying I could see Messi coming to City and Aguero staying, but because Aguero is not looking like he's going to stay, and Messi's looking like he is going to stay at Barcelona, I could see it. I could see Aguero going there.
Yeah, I can. To be fair, especially when you consider, because I think he's really close to Messi as well. Like,
Yeah,
I
they're
think
best
aren't they
friends.
like really? Yeah, something like that. So
Yeah,
obviously, if Messi stays, it's a big, motivation factor for Aguero to go there as well.
yeah,
Maybe for like a year or two.
yeah,
And yeah, I think you're right. I think Messi will end up staying because I
yeah,
mean they got the presidential change, but yeah, I don't see. I think they got the former president in it, did they? Like, I might be wrong on something,
yeah.
but
He's someone
yeah,
that he likes anyway.
yeah, I can't see him going. To be fair, like
No.
everything
The only way he
basically,
would have gone
Barcelona are messy essentially.
yeah, I think if that president didn't get voted in or whatever, then I think he leaves. But yeah, I think he's staying.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't want Aguero to leave, but I think at City, his time's coming to
yeah, yeah. Happens
unfortunately.
to everyone. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Val Vishwan says, who saw Zinchenko interview? Do you know what? I feel like what he said comes across really badly.
What did he say?
They asked him about like, I don't know what they asked him, but I saw like what he said, like the written version of what he said. And basically he said that, we're going for all the trophies. He basically said we can win the quad because he's seen the hunger in the players' eyes, in everyone's eyes and stuff in the dressing room and stuff. But like it's one of those things where if we
If
inevitably
he's
we're not going to win the quad, when we don't win the quad, everyone's going to use that as see, you thought you were going to win the quad. Like Pep said, it's never happened before. It's not going to happen. So
yeah, I heard him say that. Yeah, I heard him say that. Yeah.
But obviously as a player, you're going to say like if people forget players are like fans.
Yeah.
They think we can win everything. You go and ask an athlete if they're not going to win their race. Do you know what I mean? They're going to say, I'm going to win. Whether they win or not is a different thing. So I'd expect that from Zinchenko. I wouldn't want to see Zinchenko sit there and say, we have no chance of winning the quad. I wouldn't want to see that from our players, because I want them to believe that they can do it. And I think with Man City, it's always been about mentality. We don't think we're good enough. So I want to see that. As dumb as he's going to look when it doesn't happen, I want to see that from our players, because that's what City is like.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, there was obviously a couple of years ago when it was kind of the same scenario in a way, where you were going for the quadruple, even though you're in a title race at that time with us, and obviously you've got the title sewn up now. You know, there was that thing of, could Man City go on and win the quadruple, you know, and you won obviously the domestic treble and you didn't win Champions League, but like, maybe the same thing will happen again. I don't know. I think obviously, like, you can't. Do I think it will probably happen? It's just so hard to do. That's the thing. I mean, it's literally like it's unprecedented. It's literally the best thing a team can do. To be honest, it's literally the best thing a team can do. So it would be unprecedented. And could they do it?
If you think about it, like you say, like the only teams that have really done it is like you sort of Bayern Munich when they were like winning everything last season. And they won 6 because they won the other European ones as well. And Barcelona, which was the best, one of the best Barcelona sides, or the best Barcelona side, whichever one you want to go with. But it was still in that time period where they were just on top of the world. And they went and won the 6 under Pep. But it's one of them things. I don't think I'd be surprised if Man City went into that sort of category with them too. It's difficult, man. I mean,
it's literally that like I said, it's the bet. Like, if City were to win the quadruple, well, no matter what, like Arsenal fans say, this would trump Invincibles and points records and all that. This is winning literally every trophy that's up for grabs at the beginning of the season. Like,
if you go,
this makes City probably the best team in English football history, to be honest. Like,
they'd have to be
if they were to win the quadruple. Yeah, of course. Like, considering the amount of trophies.
Because the reason why people say Man United are the best is because they won the treble. So if Man City want to do the quad, they have to top that. They have to.
But of course. But like, obviously, it's also because over the years, it's not as if it's only over one season. Obviously, the quadruple would be. It's good to say. But obviously, it's like, quadruple's only one season, but it's the fact that City have been winning these trophies, this team, for like 3 to 4 years. Obviously, you won the Prem, you won a few League Cups, the domestic treble. You'd have won the Champions League if you win the quadruple this season. Like, to me, it literally becomes like undisputed. Like, they're pretty much the best English team of all time. To be honest, I'm not even talking like Premier League team. I'm talking like the best English team of all time. If they were to win the quad.
Yeah, it's just, I don't think it'll ever be done personally in this country. I just think the tempo in the, like, I know people say like Bayern Munich, Barcelona, but at the time it was kind of I don't know. For Bayern Munich, they sort of win the league every year, so that's not really as difficult as it sounds, if you know what I mean.
I get what you
cups as well. Like, I don't know. It just
doesn't seem as competitive there as it is in this country, and that's not like being like like disrespecting those countries. It's just that the same team just seems to win it every single year. Like, if that team doesn't win it, it's a shock. Like, that's what it is.
Whereas if Man City don't win the league, it's not shock. It's like
it's not a shock. I mean, you didn't win it last season, you know, like, so. And I do feel bad. I feel bad for City in a way that I think if you did win the quad, I still feel like it wouldn't get the recognition it deserves. Do you get what I mean? Because I can still see it. You know what will annoy me, right? It'll be Arsenal fans saying the Invincibles is still the best. Do you get what I mean? And actually believe it. They'll actually believe it as well. Do you get what I mean? Like, Arsenal fans would, even City win the quad, Arsenal fans will still genuinely believe that the Invincibles is the best ever. Like, that will annoy me if that happens.
I think with the Prem, like, everyone is very biased to their own team. So it's always like, but my team did it better. Well, your team got less points. Well, I don't care. We were better. Then it's the competition was harder. Then it's this, that, and the other. There's always an for why their team is better than our team and stuff like that. There is always going to be excuses. But me personally, I don't care. I think City will get their flowers later on down the line. I don't think they're going to get it when I think people will look back at this City team and go, wow, they really won.
Of course. I mean, Taekwon saying in the comments, I don't even think this even your best Man City squad. Maybe possibly not. Probably is, but like possibly not. But like it all comes down to what you achieve at the end of the day that defines you as a team. Not just on paper. It comes down to what you've won, that's the thing. And if City win the quad, then they're the best ever, aren't they? Like Nathan, I'm saying. So Nathan said, oh, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, like with City, like we've never had this well-rounded squad. We've always had a great attack, decent midfield, and the defense has kind of had holes in it. This defense is good, the midfield is good, and the attack is good. So this is what I would say. So if we do manage to do it, I think yes, it would be the best Man City, even though some of the players aren't as big as stars as like your Yaya Torres and your David Silvas and them sorts of players like Company. I think overall, as a team, you'd have to say that it's
there's no weaknesses there, is there? There's not really any weaknesses you can put in the squad. That's the thing. It's just strong everywhere. You've got so many good centre back options now that it's just mad. And
the team as well. If you think about when we took off like Yaya Toure, we weren't bringing on someone as good as him. Whereas this team, you take off one player, like De Bruyne is out. Okay,
someone.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like
it's just mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, and that's why we're more likely to win more trophies now. Because we've got squad depth. Yeah,
definitely. And Nathan's put in the comments, Ryan, I've never said that about the. Yeah, I'm not saying you will, and you have, and I'm not saying you have, but like you do know there'll be like some Arsenal fans who do know who will be saying even if City win the quad, the Invincibles is still the best ever team, even though it clearly isn't. Like it isn't even now. Like it's not even the best team now. Like let's be honest. Yeah. It's probably at the moment it's probably the treble team or something like, or the 08 United around then. But like obviously if City win the quad, then it's bloody undisputed in my opinion.
But that's why a lot of people get into arguments about the best Prem team, because when you're talking about the best Premier League team,
I hate that argument.
That Man United have had better squads than the squad that won the treble in terms of the Prem. But overall, like you say, the best team, you have to take the fact that they won 3 out of 4 competitions into account.
Yeah, of course. It's like, well, I heard. Obviously, there's some high-profile Arsenal fans that you see obviously on AFTV, and I remember them having like when like one of them said, "But Arsenal are the best Premier League team ever," because I think he said Man United are the best overall team because they won all the cups.
Yeah.
But Arsenal are the best Premier League team ever because they were invincible. But I hate that argument because well, Man United was still a Premier League team, weren't they?
What a goal.
It shouldn't.
Jesus Christ, sorry. What a fucking goal! Oh my god!
I told you had nothing to worry about. This is weak foot as well, man. Jesus. This is weak foot.
Wow, I love that. Oh my god, what a goal! I'm shit at commentating on these games because everyone commentates and I just celebrate the goals.
This is weak foot, man. Oh my days! This is weak foot. Jesus.
He doesn't have a weak foot, Ryan.
Yeah, but come on, he's right-footed, you know.
I know, yeah. But
people compare Bruno to this. People actually compare Bruno to this geezer, man. It's not even close. It's not close.
You know what? He's not even having his best season, which sounds crazy.
It's mad.
Still immense, but he actually isn't. I'd say he's getting back to his best. Before he got injured, he was getting back to his best. And I think this is why
this counts as Man City's home tie, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're at home. Yeah. Allegedly.
But what I was saying about
Flawless and Ryan avoid
Ryan.
Quad. You know what?
I won't avoid it. I won't. Flawless probably will.
Ryan will just be winding up Flawless, saying, "You've never done the quad."
Yeah, I'll be winding up Flawless about it. To be fair.
Yeah, but
I won't be bothered if City win the quad. If they do it, I'll I'll be happy for Jan, innit?
Yeah, I can't see it. Mahrez or Salah, Dem says.
Yeah, you already know my answer.
Team Mahrez over here we are, guys. Marlon says, do you hate Aguero? I hope you're not talking about me. I love Aguero. Aguero is responsible for the single best moment of my entire life.
Yeah, how can a City fan hate Aguero? Like, it's mad.
No, yeah, no one. I don't even know. Like, I know Man United fans that don't hate Aguero. Obviously, they hate City. They don't hate Aguero. Like,
yeah, sometimes you just have those players. Like, I can't hate Pogba because I just really like Pogba, for example. Like, I just really like him. Like, as a
I don't
player.
hate Pogba.
I can't hate on him. I can't hate on Pogba. I can hate on like Bruno and these guys, but I can't hate on Pogba.
Yeah, I don't actually hate Pogba. But yeah, do you know what? The United squad right now, like, it's not like back in the day where I used to hate Man United players with a passion. Yeah, but oh god.
I mean, sometimes you hate a player, but you still acknowledge how good they are. Like, you still take them at your own club at the same time. But I just can't hate Pogba. Like, I just really like him. I just can't hate him.
Yeah. Aguero, Messi together at PSG, impossible. Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah, but then they'd have to get like rid of Mbappe and Neymar. Even though I think Mbappe could go this summer. Like, I don't know where he'll go though. Probably
it's just the long term. Unless they're saying, oh god, unless they're saying like, okay, we're gonna just try and win the Champions League and that's it, and we're gonna get Aguero in, we're gonna get Messi in, we're gonna keep Mbappe, we're gonna keep Neymar, and we're gonna go all for it. Yeah, but I can't see it. They're gonna want to build a team that's around for a while. Like,
yeah.
It would make no sense to buy Aguero and Messi. The only reason why I was saying we could maybe see Messi at Man City, obviously before the whole situation, is because Aguero's already here. Yeah. So that's not going to be the same. I watch Man City because I want to see blood. Yeah. Oh my God.
You're not seeing any of this game, I'll tell you. They're just going to blood on the other team.
Wayne says, big up Ryan. Oh my God, I forgot to sing.
Big up Wayne. My God.
Sorry. You know I can't multitask. Let me see if I can send you the link. 1 minute. Jeez. Sorry, guys. You know I can't multitask.
What, Conrad? Did Ricky actually say Dan James over the... Oh, my days.
No, he's Ricky.
Conrad, I don't believe... I know, I've watched Ricky's hilarious and he knows his football. Like, he's really good. He really knows his football, but like... And I know he's got this mad Dan James thing, but like... Come on, surely he didn't say Dan James over Sancho. Like, that's a bit... Nah. Conrad, I don't believe you, man.
You can't.
I really don't believe you, Conrad. Like, I do know he loves Dan James. And that's... like, and that's the what... You know what about Ricky? Like, you've watched Ricky, haven't you? Like, Ricky...
No, who's Ricky?
Ricky could... He's this guy of United Stand, like... He's...
I've not seen him.
Yeah, he's a guy of United Stand, and he does fan cams, and he's quite old, like he's probably around maybe 60 odd, maybe, and he proper knows his football. Like you can tell, like he has some mad opinions at sometimes that maybe I won't agree with, and maybe that's how mad. But with all of his opinions, I can see where he's coming from. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. I can see his point. But with he loves Dan James, and that's the one thing I just don't get in it. Like that's the one thing about Ricky, like I don't get why he does.
Oh yes, brilliant that. My guy.
Your guy's in it again. I told you you'd have no problems with this.
Big up to Wayne.
Big up Wayne, man. You had a fresh trim, bro.
Oh, I like to get it all off. You had to. I was going to go shorter, and Mrs. Thomas said no. Look.
Yeah, you can't go much shorter than that.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, he's on side.
Gundogan in the Champions League is unreal, man. He always has been.
That was good.
This season, the two best players this season have been Phil Foden and Gundogan. And then maybe Cancelo on top. And Diaz, sorry, as well.
And Diaz,
but forward-wise, Foden and Gundogan has been your best players.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Definitely.
That goal by De Bruyne, though. Probably at moment for me is the goal of the Champions League so far.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Banger. Messi's was decent.
It's up
though.
there. Yeah,
It's like-
no, I'd still say that Messi one against PSG, man. Like,
Yeah, that Messi one was
I still
unreal.
say that one.
But yeah.
Are you feeling more at ease now then?
Huh?
Are you feeling more at ease now?
Yeah. Like I just didn't know, because you know when it's 2-0 and then it goes to 2-1, it's like I feel like if they scored first, we might panic, and if we panic and it goes to 2-2, you know, it's not as easy. But yeah, I think now it's
they need 5 goals now. Like it's obviously done.
Yeah, they're not.
City were never in trouble with this. Like they were never in trouble with it.
They weren't unless they scored first, which is what I said. I wasn't saying they're going to beat us because I didn't think they would, but if they scored first, we might panic. We're not allowed to legally show the game. That's why there's no stream.
Copyright.
Yeah. 1 minute. Just.
Is it okay if I put on the Real Madrid game and I can like talk about that?
Well,
that like,
0-0 last time I saw it.
Yeah, I've got it live on here actually. Like,
yeah.
It's still 0-0. It's not being played at the Bernabeu.
He's back. Nathan said, Jan, would you take Kanate from Leipzig at City? Quality defender.
He's a good player.
I don't think we need any defenders, really. I think City are going to look at left back, though, to be fair, but I don't know who that's going to be. But yeah, I think...
Hello. You say? Someone wants to say hello to you.
Ah, hello.
Teddy.
Ah.
I'm babysitting at the moment. That's why I said I'm free.
Well, left. You know who else? You know who City should go for? They should go for Tierney, like, because I reckon if you went in for Tierney, I actually reckon you could get him, because like City are obviously more attractive proposition than Arsenal. I still think they could do with one. To be fair,
you know what? Zinchenko has been playing really, really well. So Zinchenko has been our left back. But I think we will still get a left back.
Just imagine if you got Tierney alongside. There's literally zero weakness in that team at all. Like if you got Tierney,
you do need a striker. They need an out-and-out striker. Aguero's getting old, so he ain't got long there. I know you hate me saying, but Gabriel, he's not really doing the job at the moment.
He's crap.
He's not a striker. He's not a striker. He's actually not a striker. If you watch his performance against Fulham, you can see what I was talking about, where he isn't a striker. He played so much better out on the left than he plays as a striker.
Yeah.
But I think definitely an out-and-out striker. I think we need a replacement DM because Fernandinho is probably going to go. And we've only really got Rodri that's a defensive-minded. Obviously, we've had Gundogan, but he's like an 8, not a 6. So, yeah, we need to get maybe a 6 in. But so just in case Rodri gets injured, I would say. But then,
I don't think you really need a left back. It's not one of your main areas.
I don't think if they didn't get one, they could definitely get away with it. But like, I still think it would help if they got one. Like if they got like Tierney or something, like Jesus, like bloody hell, because he's an absolute baller. Like he should be doing better than Arsenal. Like no offense to Arsenal fans in the comments, right? But Tierney's good enough to play for Man City. Like definitely,
he's good enough to play for me. He's good enough to play any big team.
He shouldn't be 10th in the league. He shouldn't be 10th in the league. Like.
TJ. I would take him.
TJK, we're saying why would Arsenal sell Tierney, but like if City came in for Tierney, I'm sure it would turn his head. Like I'm sure he'd consider it.
Do you know what?
It'd be pretty stupid not to be honest.
I agree with the league. I think the Carabao Cup, that's going to be a tough game, to be honest. I don't think that's as straightforward as people like to say. We'll see which City turns.
I still think you'll win that. I think you'll win that.
We better had, because losing to Spurs is
you don't like losing to Tottenham. If you lost my God, I won't see. I could just imagine like if that happens, because that game will be on Sunday. You won't be coming on. I just know you won't be coming on.
My internet is down for a week. That's what's
That'd be funny if that happens.
Sorry guys, no streams, no nothing. Futsal says big up Jan and Ryan every time. Big up to you. I'm only joking, by the way, guys. I don't hide when City lose. Been through it enough. Slim says, okay, Kev is actually playing today. Let's go Man City. Yeah, you know what? It takes him a little bit. what people don't understand is when a player is out injured and they come back, it takes them a few games to get back into it. People expect him to come in against Man United and just have this sort of performance. Like, it takes him a few games. And that's why Aguero, as much as I love Aguero and I want to see him play, we can't really risk him. You know, I would personally, if I was Pep, bring him on at half time, because this game, he might be able to get a goal or two to build his confidence.
Fitness as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and even if he was responsible for 5 misses, it doesn't really matter because we're not, you know, we're 4-0 up on aggregate. So I would probably play him in this. But then if he gets injured, people will say, why have you played him? So
I just realised? You know what I just realised, right? Let's say City won the Prem, the Champions League, and the FA Cup, but they lost the League Cup final to Spurs and won the treble. The team that would have stopped City winning the quadruple this season and 2 seasons ago would have been Spurs both times.
Yeah, no thanks.
That would be
Do
insane.
You know what? To be fair, if we win the treble, I wouldn't even care.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, but it would just be funny that the team who stopped City winning the quadruple in both years was top. As Slam would say, Dr. Tottenham.
That's why I don't like him. Look at our history. It's been like that.
But history.
Yeah, back in the day.
Would you give up the Premier League for the Champions League?
No, I wouldn't swap it. Don't get me wrong.
Got it in the bag, haven't they? Like,
I think from this position, if we didn't win the Premier League, that would be a lot more concerning to me.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Hang on, why did I change it? Oh, no, because I changed it back, so I'm back to normal time. That's why. Gundogan almost scored. I'm gonna put the Real game on though, and I'll still stay in the stream, obviously. Oh, have Real scored? No, Vinicius.
Yeah,
that Vinicius Junior is shit, man. Because that City game's over, innit? Like, that City game's done. Like, this Real game's in the balance.
You should watch the Madrid game and just let us know if they score.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Conrad says Football Manager's too obsessive. It is. It actually is. That's why I don't play it.
I've never played it. I'll be honest.
Don't play it. It's addictive.
Yeah,
I signed up when I was at uni. Oh God, you should do better there, I think. When I was at uni, I used to play it, and then I decided that I was going to prioritize uni over that game. So that's what I did, and I've not touched it since.
Yeah.
It is addictive, though. I agree. Like Ryan said, it's player for player, probably not. But as a squad, this is the best Man City. As a squad, like player for player, I agree. We have had better, if you know what I mean. But squad doesn't just mean starting 11. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Liverpool have a fantastic team, not a fantastic squad. Man City, at the moment, have a fantastic squad. And that's like, so when we get injuries, we're not saying, how many teams do they get one injury and people say, if this player didn't get injured, they'd be here, you know? That's not really the case.
There was only that thing with Laporte last season getting injured, but then, because they've gone and got Diaz and John Stones is up to his game, then it don't really matter. Like, Laporte's holding position bench.
That's what I mean. Last season, you could see that we had holes in our squad in the defense.
Yeah.
See it. So that's why now it's a much better. So I don't know. I still don't think we're going to do a quad. I think there's a reason why no one's done it before. It's not going to happen. But
there's a chance, obviously, but it's going to be hard to do.
I don't think.
Obviously, I think
I could
as
see
easy as
in the Carabao Cup and the Prem. I think.
Yeah, you've won the Prem. You've won the Prem.
Yeah.
You basically, I think you will win the League Cup.
I don't think we're going to win the FA Cup. That's why I don't think.
No, we will.
The Champions League is one of them. I don't trust City until we get to a final. Maybe I'll have some faith, but yeah, I'm not.
You got to go for us first for both of them. By the way.
Yeah. Well, I think Everton. Well, before
Everton
the season,
ain't winning no trophy.
I thought Everton would win the FA Cup. That's what I thought before it kicked off. But obviously, in order to do that, they have to beat City. So, but I think if they do beat us, they have a good chance.
They won't. Sorry.
Is Everton Man City? Is it Saturday or Sunday?
I think it's Saturday, isn't it? I think it's Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday night, Saturday 5:30.
Because we're on early or Sunday. That's why
Oh, did you see that back heel? That was nice. Love that.
I think Everton ain't winning FA Cup. Like, you'll knock them out. Like, thing is, like, the only reason they've only got this far is because a Slav would say Dr. Tottenham, letting them go through pretty much. So that's literally the only reason.
Your team is playing too well to lose at the moment.
Yeah,
you lost against Man United was a shot, but you were playing too well to lose. And that's the truth.
Yeah,
you know
what I said? Like, even when Man United were top of the league and Man City were like coming up, I was like, Man United won't win the league. And a lot of people
was scared they would.
On to me saying like, no, they will. And I was saying they won't, because the thing is with Man United is they're too inconsistent. So they will beat Man City and beat West Ham and then probably not win their next game, which is an easier game on paper. So
that's what happened when Sheffield United, when they lost
they've had.
But it's like with United, like around that time, I remember, like, because obviously they were just winning in the league, just winning every game pretty much. And obviously United fans were going all 21-21 and all that bullshit. But it was like, I was scared that they could do it, because I thought in a bad season, in a season where, everyone, City were kind of struggling at that. Like, City were kind of struggling at that point as well. So were we. That, in a season like this, could they individual brilliance their way to a title? And maybe it was more fear, because they're the team that at least want to win it for obvious reasons. So maybe it was fear speaker. But I think when I think back, I think deep down, did I really think they would win it? That's the thing. I think deep down, I probably always knew they'd screw up at some point, and obviously they are.
Like, to be honest, like I was saying, it's not over, because it is.
Yeah.
It isn't impossible. Like, we have seen leads that are similar. Maybe not 14 points. That's a bit too much. But before that, I think they've got a game in hand though, so it might be 11. But if it 11, we haven't really seen. We've seen sort of 9 points go before. That's 3 losses. So I don't know. I just don't think United are good enough to win every single game from now to the end of the season. I just don't think.
It's like, if City did lose those 3 games, are United good enough to make those points up? That's
exactly.
It's not as if United are going to go and win all those games to make it up.
Can I ask you a question as well about this season? Who do you think is to be the player of the season so far in the Premier League?
Are you talking about the whole Premier League?
Yeah. Who do you think is the player of the season?
That's a good question.
Do you know what? There's quite a few shouts. Like, I'd have to big up my player in here and say, I'd have to put Gundogan in there, simply because he's just come from. He's just come from being sort of a midfielder who goes very much under the radar. He's had a standout season. Statistically, there are players better than him in terms of like Bruno, Salah, and I think Harry Kane as well, who is having a very good season.
Real have scored. Real Madrid have scored.
Have they? Oh, good. So I think it's one of them things where I wouldn't say he's been the player of the season, because I think if Harry Kane wins the Golden Boot and gets the highest assist, I think he'll win.
Jack Grealish is up with the shout.
Yeah, there's a few that are like up there. I think Bruno will be in the hat. He'll probably win it on popularity.
Don't want
Bruno
don't deserve to win.
And the goals
that he scored. I couldn't think of anyone who sticks out. You know what I mean? I couldn't think of someone who just goes, well, he's been the best no matter what. Like,
I think Diaz has to be a shout. I think Diaz has to be a shout for just the impact that he's had on the team.
He's been the signing of the year.
I think he'll get Young Player of the Year, though. He'll get Young Player of the Year because he's 23. So I think he'll get the young one. I think Harry Kane will probably get it if he wins. If he gets the assist,
I can see that.
And the goals, I think Harry Kane will get it.
Foden's definitely
Salah should be in with a
because he's been too good not to be the young player of the year. But you're looking at the player of the year. For me, it's too hard to call. I would put Diaz up there, but I don't think a defender will win it. I just think they're going for a tackle.
Van Dijk won it a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think the defender wins it either. I think it'll be either Harry Kane, Bruno Fernandes. I think for the younger one, it's difficult because you've got Diaz, who I think has to be up there. Foden, like you say, Saka for Arsenal as well, because
Saka. When I think about it, it kind of can be hard to look past Saka because of the shit team he's playing in. It can be hard to look past him for a young player.
So that's what I mean. Right. But I don't trust this Player of the Year shit since Aguero came to the Premier League, scored 26 goals in 30 games, won us the title in the dying seconds of the season, and they gave it Kyle Walker. So I've not trusted it since. Yeah. They gave the young Player of the Year to Kyle Walker that season when Aguero came in, hit the ground running, and won us the Prem. So ever since then, I've been like, I don't trust it. So even though on paper it should be Saka or it should be Foden or whatever, it probably will be someone completely different. So
yeah.
Have you seen the free kick yet, Jan?
Watching it now.
City scored again.
I doubt it. It's a free kick.
Doubt it, okay.
No, we didn't score.
It's close though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a good shot. It was a good shot.
Do you know what? Let me get some comments because I'm actually way behind. Zinchenko's been great, to be honest. 1 minute. He scored De Bruyne. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think Everton beating us is a real possibility, you know.
Nah.
I don't know why people are acting like that's over. That is definitely not a one game yet. Yeah, De Bruyne has been good, but you know, when he came to City, they were saying he was going to be a flop. Do you know what? I don't think Liverpool could afford Mbappe personally.
Depends if we sold a big player or something. But no, I can't see us getting Mbappe.
Big up Landsy.
Especially if we're in Europa League, like we're not getting Mbappe if we're in the Europa League, like no way.
You have to rebuild again, won't you? That's the thing.
Yeah, I think this team needs rebuilding anyway. Like, there's a lot of positions in the team which need rebuilding now because of the age of the squad as well. Like, and the squad's reached the end of its cycle now. That happens with every team pretty much, but like, because they've been obviously good for about 3 years, 2 to 3 years. Like, it happens. And with the squad depth we have, we need more squad depth as well. That's the thing. Like, you can tell, like, man, you know what, right? I get onto Salah a lot, right? Mane's been so much worse than him this season. Like, I have to be honest. Like, he's been abysmal, man. He was so bad yesterday as well.
For me, that's not been any better.
Yeah. No, he hasn't either. Like, none of them, man.
Yeah.
Like, but I think I can see Firmino going actually.
Jeez. Sorry.
So I've got a question for you, Jan, as well, because I think this is a good question for you. When you won the league in the first time when Aguero scored that fantastic goal to win your league, that team, who would you put in that team into this day squad for you to make it better?
Oh God. Who would I put in that squad, or who would I put in this?
This from that squad to this squad.
Ooh.
This year.
See,
I know who I would, but I'm not a Man City fan.
Do you know who? Let's just think who was there that's not there now. Obviously, you've got like your David Silva, who's just left. Yaya Toure. Oh no, Yaya Toure wasn't there yet. He wasn't there yet.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Sorry. Yeah. Yaya. Definitely.
The other thing, you was going to beat him, wasn't he?
Like, but do you know what? The start of this season, David Silva, you could see that we missed him so much. Like, you could see in the first games that it's like the creativity was like halved. And then obviously we've kind of learned to kind of play without him. But yeah, David Silva was unreal, especially in that season, to be fair. Yaya Toure.
Prime Yaya Toure was ridiculous. Oh my God.
You could rely on him so much as a defensive midfielder. He was so good. He was probably one of the best defensive midfielders.
Like, that game, like, I've never really watched that game back, you know. I've seen clips of it, but I've literally never, like, I don't know. It's just one of them things. I saw it in the stadium live, and I just want to keep it that way. Like, I've seen.
I very rarely watch games back.
Yeah,
the only game I've watched back.
You know, if I miss a game, I don't watch it. Like, I missed Leicester this season where we got beat. I didn't watch it. Like,
I think the only game I've ever watched back in my life was the Barcelona game where we won 4-0. I was at the game, but that was the game where like I actually did watch it back. But any other game, I've never watched it back.
Yeah, I don't really.
I've watched obviously maybe highlights, but like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't actually. To be fair, I have watched parts of it. I have watched bits of it, but I haven't. I don't think I've watched the full game. Like, I've caught it, you know, on Sky halfway through, and I've watched it. Or like,
it's like I missed the Liverpool Fulham game a couple of weeks ago. Like, I missed that game because I had something on, but and I never watched it back. I just watched some highlights and that's it. Like,
yeah. I just don't like, I don't know, like my dad does. Like, my dad will record a game, go to the stadium, watch it, come back and watch it. Like,
I can't do that. Yeah, it's just, I can't watch a game I've already watched.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably because, you know, when you're in the stadium, you miss stuff. So
that's the thing. Like, so I always say, like, sometimes I actually prefer watching the game on TV sometimes because I can analyze it a bit better. I can analyze it better for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I still prefer being in the stadium. I still prefer being in the stadium, but there are certain parts where I prefer to watch games at home sometimes. And plus, at the stadium, I have to be careful what I say, don't I?
I've missed that. Jeez, you got to score there.
Because if I was to like criticize Salah at a stadium when he does so much stupid, I'd probably get punched or something. But obviously, I can do what I want at home.
Ryan, never. You will never criticize your own man.
No, I'm at matches. You know, when I'm at matches, I'm actually really good in terms of like if Salah does something stupid, I'll actually encourage him. But like, at home, I'll just like, I won't be happy with him. I'll say that.
Yeah,
the other guys, smash that like button, please, and subscribe to Sarcasm City. And while you're at it, join it because it's free. You can pay your money. It helps to support the Sarcasm City, make them big and better. And you get to do little things like you can join when you want to join. You get to buy merchandise. There's loads more to it. So go on there and have a look and sign up. It's
Thank you. Landy, in regards to what you're saying, like a lot of the time, the reason why City have gone out in the Champions League is the defense leaking goals. We're not doing that right now. So I'm not saying we're going to go and win it, but I don't think City are going to go out in the next round. I don't think we will. It depends who we get, though. If we get Bayern Munich, maybe.
To get Liverpool is an easy buy, isn't it? So.
Yeah, Zayn
I think City. I think if we get City, I think they beat us over 2 legs this time.
Yeah, I think with that defense that you've got now, over 2 legs,
over 2 legs, they beat us this time.
Even though in the Champions League, you just seem to be a lot better. But yeah, I think over 2 legs, I think
without the Anfield, even though the game would be at Anfield, one of the legs, without obviously City have won a game at Anfield now, so that kind of like hoodoo's off now. Yeah. So I think City would beat us over 2 legs this time.
I'm not being awful. You probably have to. You've got the hardest job now at Liverpool. Out of all the teams in the Champions League left, your team is going to be looking at. Yeah, we want Liverpool. We're going to face Liverpool because you haven't played well.
Well, maybe Porto. Maybe Porto. I think Porto.
Porto's been playing all right, and if you look at the league table as well, they're still playing all right compared to you. Not being horrible because you know because Liverpool's just not playing well enough this year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what I still for some reason don't think a lot of teams would want us, you know. I don't think they would, because even though I think most teams at the moment would beat us over 2 legs, I still think a lot of teams, if they were to get us, would be a bit like, do you get what I mean? Because I don't know, Liverpool got this thing in the Champions League where even if they're shit, they can still go far. And it's like what, you know, one thing, Wayne, what I will say, right? One thing this team does have, this Liverpool team and this group of players and the manager, is very recent experience of getting to 2 Champions League finals back to back. They kind of know how to navigate themselves in a Champions League run. They know how to get through these ties. So even though they might not be good enough, they've got that experience up here of how to manage some certain games and stuff like that.
That's why I say you're the opposite to Man City. We have like the better team, but you have the mentality that City don't have. So it's whether City get that mentality and get there or not. We'll have to.
And I'm not even, and like I said, I'm not even talking about the actual club in terms of the European pedigree. I'm talking about this actual group of players and manager have recent experience, and it's like they probably got the best in terms of all the teams right now. Maybe you could make an exception maybe for Real Madrid, but like Liverpool have probably got the best experience of knowing how to get far in the Champions League out of all the teams left in it right now, because they've done it twice very recently in the last like 3 years. But do I think we'll win the Champions League? No. Like personally, I think we'll get knocked out next round. But that experience that teams know we have might be worrying for them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what? That would be tragic, Taekwondo. Like, in terms of people in the comments saying City should go for this person, City should go for that person, like, I don't really.
You know, when I think about
you'll find the right person, innit?
That what Slav said about making out Dr. Tottenham, like that is spot on, you know, because even in the Champions League final we beat them, we were shit in that game. But basically, because it was Dr. Tottenham, they just basically gave
that was funny.
That's literally Liverpool were awful.
Like you say, Ryan, I think if you don't get to that Champions League final the season before, that game might have. I'm not saying Tottenham would have won, because Tottenham probably still would have lost. But I don't think Liverpool go in with the same confidence that you did, because you've been there.
Yeah, I remember saying
that. It the season before, you go in and it's like, we're better than Spurs, which you were. So it's like, and I think the way the league was as well, missing out slightly, it's like, you know, the confidence and stuff was on point. And I think Tottenham, I don't know, like maybe if they beat City in this final, they can sort of change their mentality a little bit. But right now, they're like City in the Champions League. We haven't won it, so the confidence going into that is always going to be a little bit lesser. The same way, like how you feel about the Champions League and how your fans feel about the Champions League, that's how City have been in the Carabao Cup. So I would be surprised if Spurs came and were able to win it easily. Like that would surprise me. You know, I think City will give them a fight. If we don't win it, it's not going to be an easy game for them. It's not going to be like they win 4-0 or something like that.
Just can't see City losing the final, because I just think you're playing like
it's just Jose and Pep. It's not Tottenham that I'm worried about. It's Jose and Pep that's kind of like Pep has been beaten by Jose in a final before. So
I think the most important player in that final for Spurs is Gareth Bale, because he's got that experience of winning these big finals. Even though it's a Carabao Cup final, he's won. Has he won 4 Champions Leagues?
He's won the League Cup before.
Won it. Yeah, he's won 4 Champions Leagues.
Son's out injured, isn't he?
Yeah, he got injured the other day.
Now, so he got. Let's be honest.
We'll be back.
Him and Kane was probably the biggest threat you got for the defence.
Well,
I know Bale's there, but Bale's in and out.
Son,
Nathan, you're saying, like Nathan, as much as Liverpool are having a blip, you can never rule Liverpool out in Europe. Like, yeah, I guess. But what I'm saying about this actual group of players and manager having the recent experience is more important, because you even saw against Leipzig over 2 legs. They knew how they always look comfortable in the 2 games, because what you have to remember is Leipzig are a decent team. Like, they got semi-final last year. They got through the group through a tough group as well. You know, beat Man United well. You know, they're a good team with a good manager, and Liverpool they just knew how to get through. They just looked comfortable in both legs because they knew how to manage it, because they've got that experience in the Champions League recently. So it's a weird one. It's like, you know what, right? If City and Liverpool were going for a title for a Premier League title head-to-head, people would trust City to maybe get the job done more than Liverpool because of the amount of experience they've had recently of doing it. But if Liverpool and City were going for a Champions League and we're in there together, I think people, without Liverpool's injuries, I'm talking last year or year before Liverpool, I think people would trust Liverpool more than City because of the recent experience in the Champions League and Europe. That's just the way. But I don't think they would this season because of Liverpool's injuries. and stuff. But in previous seasons, I think that would be the case. Although what would be interesting is if City played Liverpool in the Champions League final this season. That would be interesting because City should win that. City should win that.
Exactly. So I would not be interested in that.
I think because we've already got City.
You're right, though. You're right. In terms of that, if I had to choose between Liverpool in terms of the team and Bayern Munich in terms of the team, I would probably prefer to play Liverpool. But just that English final, and if you get beat, nah. If we won it, it'd be great.
It's like I think obviously you'll have Pep playing Klopp. I think Pep goes into that a lot more nervous than what Klopp does because there's a lot more pressure on Pep to win it, and City should be because of the way the season's gone, and Liverpool obviously won't have the likes of Van Dijk back by then. If they were to get to the Champions League final, it won't happen. But if they were to, then City should win that on paper. But because it's a one-off game, because there'll be a lot of pressure on Man City to win the Champions League, and because Pep hates losing, Pep hates Liverpool. You can see it when he plays Liverpool. He hates Liverpool.
That's his game. That's why.
And it would hurt.
Fans case because in the Manchester derbies, he's like, oh, it's Man United. But when it comes to Liverpool, that's when he like you can see that he really, really wants to win. That's why City.
And do you know how?
Pep's not
thinking
how much
about it would hurt Pep? Do you know how much it would hurt Pep losing a Champions League final to Liverpool this season?
Oh,
that would hurt him.
Yeah, I don't think he would though. I actually don't think he would. I feel like if we got Liverpool, I don't know. Like Liverpool would. I think you'd probably beat us. Their life to win that thing against us.
I think if you had
win it, like I
think if you had Liverpool's team from last season and the season before, or without the injuries and stuff, I'd say we'd probably win it the final. But this season, I think if that was to happen, I think City would beat us in the final this season.
Do you know what though? Like, City and I feel like the pressure of winning the Champions League would come into play, but at the same time, it's weird because it's like the only time we've really seen Man City Liverpool play in a neutral venue is that Community Shield, and that was 0-0 at full time. So I don't know.
Was it 1-1? I think it was 1-1.
Oh, was it 1-1? Yeah, and then it was penalties.
When you caught on camera, you said during that game. On penalties, you said you were caught on camera.
Right in the middle of the penalties, everyone was messaging me like, see.
I remember I was on holiday at the time.
Smiling I was smiling. It was just before Sterling's penalty, and I was smiling. Everyone was like, she knew they were gonna win, and I was like, nah, I actually did not know we were gonna win. It's just I couldn't see anything because the whole Liverpool team was stood in my way, so I couldn't see nothing.
I remember I was in America on holiday. And me and my dad went to some Liverpool supporters club to watch the game. Like I remember,
Vaban, however you say your name. The thing is, individual brilliance has always been a term. I don't understand why you're saying it's Rants that said it.
What's Rants done?
He said that Rants said, look at everyone copies or views of others. Rant says individual brilliance 6 months ago, and everyone takes other folks' views. Weird to see. Individual brilliance has been there for the longest time. That's not.
And even if someone did say that from Rant is right. That's the thing.
Yeah, Rant but the thing is, though, that's the thing. Ollie himself says individual brilliance. I really don't. Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer is watching YouTube and watching Rant.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't. That's a thing. That's not just something.
If Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer watched Rant, he'd start crying every night.
Ardan says Everton are going to win the FA Cup. Do you know what? This is what I actually thought was going to happen, but we'll see. City will win the league. Tottenham are going to win the League Cup, and Arsenal most likely win the Europa League. I don't think all of that happens.
No, I think Man United will go out on Thursday. To be fair, I think they'll go out on Thursday. So who they play Milan? All right. Yeah, cheers for coming on, man. It's been good having you on.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Big up, man. See you, man. Yeah, but I think Man United will go out on Thursday. I really do. I don't think they're going through.
Taekwon thinks it's Bruno, Gundo, and Kane.
I don't want Bruno. I don't think Bruno deserves to win.
I don't think he deserves it, personally. but his stats are what's
But
going to
I can
get him
see
there.
him I can see him getting it, you know. Like,
Yeah. It's a
doesn't
bit of a
deserve it.
popularity contest, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
yeah, there's just no way.
No one can tell
that-
me from watching him during the season that he's been the best player in the league this season. Like, no one can tell me that.
Samuel says, I think the only way is down for Kendall Rowan, Newcastle United team.
Do you think they will go down?
I think they're skating on thin ice right now, so they could go down. Big up to Kendall, by the way.
Yeah, big up Kendall.
But yeah, I think they're skating on thin ice, and they need to fix up if they do want to stay up, because they're close. And the next game is a Brighton game, so it's a
that's a big one for them. That's a big one for them.
Basically. So if they can get the 3
I just want
points,
Brighton to win just for Graham Potter. I want Brighton to win just for Graham Potter in it. I love Graham Potter.
I actually don't mind Brighton. I don't mind Fulham.
I love Brighton. The football Brighton plays is so good.
Yeah.
They just got shit players up front who can't take the chances.
Yeah, I think I'd say I'd definitely put Ruben Diaz over Bruno.
Yeah, 100%.
Just what he's been doing. He's taken a Man City that was struggling and, were terrible results at the start of the season and took us to where we are now. I know it's not just him.
What's weird is that over the last few years, the player who's won the Player of the Year hasn't been a player who's won the league. Because last season it was De Bruyne and Lee won it. The season before it was Van Dijk and City win it. Although the Van Dijk thing, it could have been any of it. Van Dijk or Sterling, I think it was the top two, because City and Liverpool were so close. It could have been either one of them, couldn't it? The season before, I think Salah won it, even though we finished fourth. But even I have to admit, like, Salah scored about, like, even though, everyone knows my thoughts on Salah, like, even though everyone knows my thoughts on Salah, like, he was very good that season, I have to be honest.
Yeah, no, that season.
You couldn't, like, that season, even I have to admit, you couldn't not give it to Salah that season, I have to admit. Like,
but the thing is, it used to always be the player that won the league won it, and then it stopped. Like you say, the last sort of 4 years, it's been a player that hasn't won the league. So I don't know. I think like this season, like if you look at performances, like last season, Liverpool obviously won the league, but City had some great performances in there, especially De Bruyne. Like he was brilliant. So that's why he, the same as when Van Dijk won it, Liverpool were brilliant as well. I think this season, like if you look at the performances, you probably wouldn't give it Bruno. If you look at stats, you might give it Bruno.
That's why I think it'll be Bruno or Kane. Like,
yeah, I think if Kane wins the Golden Boot and the assist record,
I could understand that. I could understand if Kane gets it because of that. It's an impressive feat if he does that.
Yeah. I think if he
personally,
wins,
I would.
No one's ever done that before. No one's won.
For me,
I know the playmaker's not that old, but
Yeah. Personally, for me, it would probably be the Gundogan or Diaz. Diaz for the effect that he's had and making John Stones look good. Like that deserves recognition. Sorry, Jan, but come on.
He's good. Trust me, he's good.
No, he's not.
Underrated.
He's not. And then Gundogan obviously has to be a big as well. It's one of them two for me.
I think
and then maybe Grealish as well. I think Grealish should be up there for a shout as well. I mean, you've seen the effect he's been injured recently, and Villa haven't been that great recently. Like he's got such a hold on that team. He's unreal, Jack Grealish.
Big up Harris. I think if they get
Harris, my
four,
G,
they'll get their credit. I think if they finish outside of the top 4 or the top 6 or whatever it is, then he probably won't get his credit because that's just the way it goes.
Are you talking about Grealish?
Yeah. I think it depends on. It's like Lansy said about Declan Rice. If they get top 4, he's more likely to get it than if they don't. And I think that's why Saka might miss out.
Yeah.
Simply because somebody else who has done better in terms of the league might get it over him. It's not fair. It never is fair. That's just the way it works. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
1 minute. I'm just trying to get through some of the comments because we're far behind. The draw's on Friday at 11 o'clock. Interesting. See, I don't want an English team, man. I really don't. I hope you draw an English team, so it's like one of you goes out.
I don't want an English team. Horrible if we lose. I think City over 2 legs would beat us. I think Chelsea over 2 legs.
I don't know about that one. I don't know.
I think it'd be 50-50, that one.
Yeah. I don't think it would be as easy as
because what you've got.
If
Lampard was in charge, I'd say us. If Lampard was still in charge, I'd say we go through over 2 legs. Because Tuchel's got there, they're doing well, and he got to a final last season. It's 50-50 then. I think City would beat us over 2 legs.
Nathan said, as much as Liverpool are having a blip, Ryan, you can never rule Liverpool out in Europe.
Yeah, that's what I said before.
Better love story, maybe Jan and Flawless, but even that doesn't come clear. That's funny. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I don't want to see Liverpool in a final. I don't want to see Liverpool. The only thing that I'd say about a final is City in finals are very good. And I know we've gone out of the Champions League, but in finals we have been, this squad anyway, as in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, we have been good at finals. So
you could argue that this. But then you could argue that our team has already won a Champions League final, even though it was against Tottenham, and Tottenham basically handed it to us on a plate. Yeah, we have still won a Champions League final.
That game wouldn't be easy to predict because you've got
Pep,
the Champions League final. Then you've got, so in terms of the manager, like he's never been there and failed. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them things.
Lost too, But then Pep hasn't been there for a while. That's the thing. Like,
it's
never been there for a while. So there's so many factors. I genuinely think if this was the Liverpool team from last season and the season before, I'd say we'd beat you in a Champions League final. But this season, I don't think we would, to be honest. I think we'd have a chance. I think we'd have a chance, but I don't think we'd beat them this season. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I don't think. Could we beat PSG? You know what? If PSG got to a final, I can't see them losing back to back. You know. Because if they were to lose this one, they would have lost 2 in a row. I can't see that happening.
I think they're due a win. I think they're favourites. For me, I'm saying that I
can understand,
Champions League. I think they will. And I've said a lot of times City need to get to a final and lose before they win. So I don't know whether it's going to be a case of Man City versus PSG maybe in this final, if we get there, obviously. And then we lose. I don't know.
I've already said before. If Liverpool obviously don't win the Champions League this season, which I don't think we will, then I want PSG to win it because just because of Neymar, Mbappe, and Poch. To be honest, I think they need to get the ratings they deserve. To be honest,
I don't want them to win it before us. Personally.
Yeah, obviously your situation is different. Yeah,
just because we're going for the same thing. But that being said, I think they will win it this season. I really do.
It's just so hard to, you know what it is with the Champions League? It's just, you can never say, I think that team will win it. Do you get what I mean? Because it's just so unpredictable, the Champions League. Like, literally anything. The Champions League is that tournament where, like, you can be so good in it, but then one bad game, or even one bad moment in a game.
One bad moment, like, 10 seconds of terrible football and you're out.
I always use the example of Man City, not... You know the season where we beat you? Because I think you'd already basically... It was like this season where you'd already had the league wrapped up. And I think it was a season you got Centurions, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
God. Yeah.
And I think... And I remember that season, City were like, battered everyone in the group stages. I think... Because ours was a quarter-final, I think you...
The thing is with City, Ryan, is we literally do not lose games till we get kicked out. Like, we don't have...
that's what I'm saying.
People do where we lose a game in the group stage, we lose it. Literally, we win. Like this season, we had the best record. We finished our group with the highest, apart from Bayern Munich, the highest amount of points. And it's just like these are the sorts of things. So this is why when people say things like, "Oh well, you know, I don't know, this team won this or this team did that," it's like for City, I just take it game by game. Do I think we're going to win the next round? I don't know yet. You know, it's
exactly. It's like you said it exactly like how I was going to say it. Like that season where like we knocked you out. Literally every game City played, I remember in the Champions League up until that point, you literally battered everyone. Yeah. And then literally it weren't even. And then you came to Anfield in that first leg, And it wasn't a bad game. It was a bad first half an hour because we were 3-0 up in the half an hour.
Yeah.
That basically, and because you basically lost it at Anfield, like.
And we nearly,
basically
like, the way
we
played, we nearly came back as well. Like, we had a goal ruled out that shouldn't have ruled out.
The Sane goal, that was onside. That.
Yeah, there was all sorts. So I think if that game, like, the thing is with me, like, I don't really like making excuses for City because the way I see it is City need to go and win games. Don't, like, wait and hope for the best. Like, they have to go out there and win. And I think I'm seeing more of that sort of City now. Like, I'm seeing more of them sort of games where we're going out and we're winning big and stuff like that in Europe. So we'll have to see. I think with City, like, until they've been there and done it and won it, I would never really trust them too much, to be honest.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Big up to Ryan in the comments. Big up to Flawless, who's also in the house. Hello.
Big up my G, Mr. Take Note, man.
Ryan, shout out to Wayne. Shawnee says, no way will Everton win the FA Cup. It's possible. Maybe who's left in it. Maybe not. Oh, come on. Oh, how are you missing from there? Come on, Mares. Can do better than that.
What's Ryan S saying? Is he saying that I'm your favourite one, or he is?
He's saying that he's my favourite. Jay says Bruno deserves to win. He's brilliant. He has the winner's mentality. Yeah, but I haven't seen it.
Player of the season.
I see it.
He ain't won anything. He ain't won anything, man. And he won't win anything. I'm telling you, he's not going to win anything this season either. Not with him in charge.
I think honestly, if this season's the other way around and De Bruyne is top of the league, and Man United come and overtake us and go clear, I don't think we're having this conversation about De Bruyne as a winner. I think people are saying De Bruyne has bottled it because he was above the other team and they've come and overtaken him by a lot. So I don't know. I don't think that's a conversation that we'd be having. Oh, come on, City, man. Sorry, Nathan. You what's it called?
I think Flawless said he'll make him a mod.
Oh yeah, he'll make him.
I saw Flawless's comment.
Yep, good.
So don't worry, don't worry, Nathan. Flawless comes through in his promises. Like, don't worry.
He did. He matched Henry. So we'll see. I don't think he'll get it this year. I think he was out injured a bit too long.
He won't win it this year, De Bruyne.
He's on 11.
Like you said, it's not been his best season either. Like,
yeah.
Even though he's not been bad, or anything. He's been good, but like, it's not been one of the best in the league, I'd say. Like, there's been better players than him.
JB says Salah is overrated. His stats are very good, but he dies too much. And Ronaldo was a much better winger when he.
Ronaldo was clear of Salah. Yeah, everyone knows what I think about Salah. Like, he is mad overrated. Like, he's so overrated. Like, his stats are good because he's been in a good system and everything. But you know what it is with him, right? What I don't like about him, he does all this. He does simple. He can't do the simple things properly, and he just causes so many attacks to break down. And like, when he's not scoring, he don't contribute anything. And it's not as if he's clinical either. Like, like within Aubameyang, like maybe not this season, but like. Oh, all right. But maybe not this season, but like in other seasons, he's been a bit like Salah in games where he just doesn't really do anything. But at least with Aubameyang, if he gets one chance a game, he'll probably take it. Like Salah won't, innit? But the numbers look great. He's nowhere near what Ronaldo was ever. Like nowhere near.
Dupe says Stones was always good. Do you know what? Stones was really good at Everton, and then he joined City, and he struggled a bit, but he's a good player. He's getting back to how he should be now.
I don't know. Maybe with Stones, it's a bit of bitterness. Maybe with Stones, it's a bit of bitterness for me for the when he cleared it off the line that year.
Yeah. Things like that. Like, honestly, and if you think about it, for a defender, he's not in his prime.
How old is he?
I think he's 26. He might be younger. Let me check, actually.
I think that seems about right, to be fair. That seems about right, actually. 25, 26, probably.
Yeah, it's when you start getting... When he came, he was young, innit? I don't know how old he is. Right, okay, he's 26. So he's probably getting into his prime years now. You know what I mean? So,
I think JB must be new in the comments because he said fair play to Ryan for not being biased about Salah. You're new because... If you've watched it before, you'll know my views about Salah. I'll say that.
Taha says, big up Jan and Ryan. Everyone smash the like
big
button.
up Taha.
Subscribe. Make sure you do that. Samuel's talking about Man United. Andrew said, I'm a Man United fan and I wanted Stones before City got him. I can't see Jack Grealish going to Man United, but
no, he's not going under Ollie. Ollie will screw Jack Grealish up.
Yeah,
that can't happen.
Jan, trust me when I say that both the Champions League and Europa League will have an English tie, either one. Well, yeah, because if you look at the Champions League, if you look how many of us are in it, it's bound to be at least one sort of draw.
Do you think Chelsea will go through tomorrow? I think they will.
I think they've got a good chance, but it just depends because it depends who scores first. Because I think if Atletico get that goal first,
but Atletico was so disappointing in that race. Like,
do you know what?
They did it against us last season, didn't they?
If Chelsea score first, or even in general, Atletico have to go at Chelsea. They can't aim for draw. They have to go at them. So it's whether they get exposed and then Chelsea take advantage.
Oh, imagine if Chelsea go through. Imagine Lewis with the ace, with the Christensen stuff.
Oh my God, yeah, to keep a clean sheet.
If they keep a clean sheet, that would be the worst thing.
See them keeping a clean sheet, to be honest. I could see it happening.
Oh my day, that would be horrible if they do.
I don't know. We'll have to see if your guy Suarez will score.
Suarez. Yeah, that guy Suarez.
Andrew, Bayern Munich will win it. To be fair, every time we play Bayern Munich, I know we've not played them for a while, but every time we play them, everyone says they're going to smash Man City, and it never happens. So, yeah, don't know. Zayn, I want Dortmund to win it now. So Haaland.
Did you know what I want to happen in the Chelsea Atletico game?
Many goals.
My dream scenario: I want Atletico to go through against Chelsea, and I want us to get Atletico next and get revenge on them from last year. Last year still hurts me. Last year still hurts me when they knocked us out at Anfield. That was the last game, obviously, I went to. That was the last game in England that was held in front of full capacity fans, I think. And I was there, and it was horrible. Like, I cried as I went out the stadium, like the way we got knocked out. I want revenge on them so badly.
Yes, I do, Marlon. Definitely, without a doubt.
Yeah, they are at the moment.
1 minute. We're talking about Mason.
I'm just going to go get a drink.
Mason Mount's a shout, actually.
What, for what?
He's been doing well.
Maybe for young. I don't think he should get. I think maybe he should be in the running. I think for a young player. Like you said, Diaz, Foden, Saka. Yeah. I feel bad for Green. I feel a bit bad for Greenwood because all these basically stopping Greenwood from being in that conversation.
I know.
Ollie's actually an agent when you think about it. He's an agent, isn't he?
Big up every time you mention.
Oh,
hey guys.
Big up Lewis, man. You good?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just watching the football. What are you guys saying?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Just watching the Real game because the City game's done in it, basically. So,
what's the score in the Madrid game?
It's 1-0 Madrid. Did you bet that's pretty much done as well? It's just closer than what the City game is.
I really missed the only good Champions League night, the fucking Juventus one. What an L.
Oh, last week, yeah.
Predictable since then. I had to watch the Liverpool game last week and the finishing was ridiculous.
Oh, it was so bad, wasn't it? Yeah. It was terrible. It was only towards the end where they took a couple, but oh my days. They missed like open goals and shit, like fucking hell.
Yeah,
but that's really usual for Salah and Mane.
You lot really should be higher up the table.
You know what it is though, Lewis? Recently, like obviously we've been doing well away from home actually, but it's not even at home. It's not as if we're creating that many chances either. We're not missing a lot because we're not creating that much. Like even against you, we didn't really create anything to be honest.
Jesus.
So
that's a penalty. Really. Yeah, he didn't have an open chance till the 80-something minute, I think. Yeah, it was bad.
We didn't create anything against Chelsea really. So, to be fair, like. I mean, yeah, away from home recently, we've done all right, but at home, we're just absolutely... What we need is just one Anfield win. Like, that's literally all... I just want to see one Anfield win. That's literally all I want to see.
Do you playing on the weekend?
We're not, man. We're... it's it's games in hand, innit? We're not playing this weekend. We've got a break. I think our next game after that's Arsenal away, and then we got Villa at home or something.
Okay. That's Villa one will be a bit difficult. Can't lie.
Yeah. Well, I actually think we'll beat Arsenal, but probably lose to Villa.
Yeah, it'll probably be Arsenal.
Especially
Arsenal
if Grealish is back by then. Real have got a penalty. Didn't even notice.
I'll make a quick switch.
This will end it if it goes on.
Yeah, no, it's already.
Are they still checking it? I thought it was a penalty clear.
Yeah, I was annoyed, but you know what? To be honest, like, we didn't know what was going on in the stadium. It's just made me never celebrate a goal ever again, because I never celebrate a goal until I know it's onside. And I celebrate.
Scored 2-0 Madrid.
And yeah, it's just, that's not.
Were you there at that game?
Yep.
That must have hurt. If I'd have known you at that, I would have loved to. I would have loved to have known you at that time. I could have just imagined what you would have been like.
Do you know what it is? You know what it is, right? Like, all of my friends support either Man United or Arsenal or like Chelsea. Like, I don't have any friends that support Man City. And everyone that I know from City are like match day people and my family, like my dad's side of the family. But like, it's literally, I don't know too many City fans. So it's like my phone, every time City lose, my phone blows up. Like, everyone's like chatting to me.
Same with me with Liverpool. Yeah. Because
I don't text anyone when they lose. I don't text a single person. You will never see a text from me when your team lose, because I'm not that sort of person. But when City lose, everyone wants to come on to me. Like, oh, you lost the...
Yeah, it's same with me. It's like, because a lot where I've grown up, I don't really have it. I have maybe one or two Liverpool mates. But vast majority of my mates are United. Like, all my mates are pretty much United. So obviously, like, you know, it's been bad over the years. And to be fair, I'm unlike you in the way that, especially over the last few years, because Liverpool have been good, you know, except for this season, and Man United have been crap. Literally after every game United lose, it's been like ha 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 and all that. Like, and because Liverpool were winning, so they couldn't really fire anything at me either.
Yeah,
but obviously, but even though United have had some dodgy results the last couple of months,
well played.
I can't say anything to them.
Come on, De Bruyne.
Because
do that.
I can't say anything to them at the moment because we're worse, so it's horrible.
Do you know what? Someone did actually say today on Twitter, like, you know, like, you can't really banter Man City, because it's like, even when you banter the players are still contributing to more than your favourite player at your club usually is. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people will, like, their players never won anything, and they'll be, like, slagging off, like, I don't know, like a Zinchenko. And it's like, Zinchenko was doing well. Like, it's not, you can't really have them arguments as much.
Yeah. It's like, to be fair, like, I've got one mate, right, who is like, he's a big United fan and he loves Bruno. But I can still slander Bruno when he has a bad game because he's not winning anything, is he?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas I'd look stupid if United were like winning the league and I was slandering Bruno after a bad game because he's winning the league. But because he's not winning shit, even though they're in a better position than us, I can still slander him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's funny though, because like years ago, like everyone used to, you know, if you like slandered Man United, they'd be like, "Where are you in the league?" And you know, and then they'd be like, when we used to like slander them, they'd be like, "But we're in the Champions League, you're in Europa." So it's just funny now because it's kind of like the tables have well and truly been turned. Like, it's mad. The stuff that United fans used to mock me for, they're now doing. And it's funny. Like, I remember when we used to win derbies and I'd be like, yeah, Manchester's blue. And they'd be like, how can it be blue when Man United are top of the league or Man United champions? Like, so now when I was giving it back, all these United fans are trying to tell me like, oh, you just, you know what, like, basically you can't say that. And I'm just like, yeah, but this is what you used to say. Like,
you know what, it's funny, like, I remember like last season. Do you remember where after we sealed the league, we played you lot the next week and we lost like 4-0, was it, at the Etihad? Yeah, and I remember we were like 3-0 down at half time or something. And obviously I didn't give a shit because we just been crowned champions. But I had United mates texting me saying, look how shit you are and everything. I'm like, what the hell? We literally just been crowned Premier League champions and you're like 5th place. Like, what the fuck? Like they were saying, oh look how shit Robertson is. I'm like, yeah, cool. He's Premier League champion, isn't he? Like, yeah. Okay.
I think like it's just one of them things. I think context does come into it, but at the same time, like when you get a beat and you expect people to kind of be on your case, like with City, like people were waiting 21 games to be able to tweet saying City is shit. Like they've been waiting a long time, and so you have to let them celebrate a little bit.
Yeah.
But for me, it's the only thing that like annoyed me was the fact that Man United are in second and we lost to the team that are in second. You know, if Man United are fifth, it's different because it's kind of like, well, they're nowhere near us. But like, you know, winning the league by the most amount of points would benefit Man City this season because if we do want to go for the Champions League, we need that.
Of course. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that annoyed me. I think a draw against Man United would have been fine. But I think losing to them wasn't good for City. Like, as good as we've been, you know, if there was one game that I didn't want to drop points, it would have been
that one. Yeah, of course, yeah.
But we've done it before. Last time we won the league.
Still hurts. I'm still hurt over this season. You know why? Because I thought when at the beginning of the season, when we brought Thiago and Jota, I thought we were going to win the league again. Yeah. And I saw towards the end of the season, our third from last game was Man United away. And I thought, just imagine winning the league at Old Trafford. I was like, just imagine that could happen. And I honestly thought, like, when we beat Crystal Palace 7-0 a few months ago, we were going to go on and win the league. And then that possibility of winning the league at Old Trafford was like, oh my God, what if it does happen? But now, oh my God, like, our one chance we could have done it and we've just had a shit season. It actually hurts me still.
Yeah, well, our last game, like fixtures this season, I thought our last game of the season is at home to Everton. So I was thinking that's not going to be an easy game. You know, like we got Chelsea, like Crystal Palace away. That's not our results. There aren't always. It's not always straightforward. So I was actually thinking this league might be quite hard to wrap up.
Yeah, obviously. You know what I always look for when the fixtures come out? I always look for, especially over the last few years, because I presumed over the last 2 to 3 years that we'd be in the title race and we could win the title. That if we're playing at home on the last day of the season, because if it's decided on the last day of the season, will I be there to see my team lift the trophy? Yeah. Because when City when City won the back-to-back title, you were away to Brighton on the last day of the season, so you obviously, and it went to the last day and you couldn't hold it at home. So it's like, that's what I always look for as well.
Well, the thing is, like, it's annoying because when we won it in 11-12, I used to sit on the second tier.
Yeah.
When we won it in 14, I sat on the second tier. When we won it in 17-18, I sat on the bottom tier. So that's all right. But I didn't pitch raid, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then we had oh my God.
Was it the hardest? I swear United lost the league because of the West Brom game. Or are you talking about the game where they lifted the trophy?
Oh, shit, we did.
Lifted the trophy.
Yeah. We won it on a random weekday, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was that and then the last time was obviously when we won it away at Brighton. But I felt like when Company scored that banger against Leicester, a lot of our fans
remember that
as if this is the league, but
I remember that.
Yeah, that's why, because you don't pitch rate. Yeah, I thought, why didn't we pitch rate that game? But we didn't. It was, you know what, like, so it's a bit shit. Like, obviously this season, I'm never going to say, oh, big up to Wayne, who's back in the building. I'm never going to say, like, I wouldn't want to.
Yes, Wayne, who's saying?
You like it, Liz? Yeah,
I like the new trim, man. Ready for it at home as well. Perfect timing.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we're all good. We're getting by.
You know what? Yeah, I've got this like kind of bitterness towards Company scoring that goal against Leicester, but also it's like a kind of good and bad feeling for me because the day, obviously, like if Company doesn't score that goal, I reckon we go on and win the league. But you know what? It was like, because I've obviously said before that Barcelona game is like the best game of my life, where we won 4-0. And that happened the night after Company scored. And I honestly think that if Company hadn't scored that goal, we wouldn't have beaten Barca because I think the players were just so pissed off after Company scored that they just let all that emotion out onto the pitch against Barcelona and just flattened them. That if we probably would have won the league, to be fair, but I don't think that Barcelona night would have happened if Company hadn't scored that goal.
Yeah.
Well, I presume yours is the first league, isn't it, Jan? Your memorable game, probably the Guerra goal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being your memorable one.
That game was like mad because I remember saying the day before the game, I remember saying like, whatever happens, like this team, because I didn't. Obviously, before you win the league, you don't imagine yourself winning it. So I was like, we've done well. Man United were, I think, 8 points clear. You know, we caught up with them. We won the derby, and it was all on that last day. And I thought, you know what? Whatever happens tomorrow, I think I posted something on Instagram, like, whatever happens tomorrow, like, you know, I love this team, whatever. And then we went, and Zabaleta scored, and I was like, yes, we're actually going to win the league. And then we tried to bottle it, and I was like, oh my God, I was so vexed. Like, I've never been that angry at football before. I was saying to my dad, I was like, I can't believe we've fucking gone and done that. I was cussing City out differently. And my dad's very different from me. My dad was like, don't worry, we've got time. So it came up, like, so Man City, like, when it gets to 90 minutes, it just says 90 minutes. Like, the extra time, you just have to calculate yourself. Like, they don't tell you how many minutes is left is the extra time. So I saw 5 minutes and I was like, we're not going to score 2 goals in 5 minutes. So I was like, we've not got enough time. My dad was like, wait, we've got enough time. Then Dzeko scored. That is the only goal at the Etihad that I did not celebrate. I was vexed. I was pissed. Like, everyone was jumping. I was like, I'm vexed. Like, I was just there like, I can't believe. Because I feel like if we'd have drawn that game, it almost would have been worse. Yeah. So I was like, I was like, how dare they? Like, oh my God, I was fuming. And my dad was like, don't worry, we're going to do it. And I was like, no, my dad's like, trust me, we're going to do it. And we did. And yeah, I don't remember much. I remember this ginger guy. I've never seen him before. Never seen him since. Came out of nowhere, gave me a kiss. Like, honestly. I don't remember that. I don't remember what happened, to be honest. I remember, like, when it settled down, I took some pictures, which I put on my Instagram. But, like, yeah, it was mad. And then I just went home. Everyone else went party, and I just went home. But, yeah, like, had some cake.
I don't really take pictures at matches, to be fair, anymore. I used to. But I don't really do it anymore because I just kind of, like, want to enjoy the game kind of deal. You know what I mean? Instead of going on my phone and wondering, oh, is everything like, oh, how do I sound? How do I look? Make sure it's not blurry or anything like.
I want to take pictures. I can't.
I never take pictures anymore.
I take pictures of the pitch, like in the time, but not myself. I've got one.
I'm normally rushing to. But the thing is, I'm normally rushing to get into the stadium because I'm always a bit late. To be fair, not late for the game, but like I literally just get in time for like You'll Never Walk Alone. But like, so I don't have any time to take any picture before the game or anything normally.
Oh,
my hands are too full. My hands are too full. We've got one hand with beer, and the other one's got food. So I've got no hands to do pictures. So
you know why? It's because my dad always wants to get this fish and chips at this Chinese chippy before the game, and it's always a massive queue for it, so it takes so much time.
Yeah, no, my dad's the opposite. You got to get in there early. So I get annoyed at him because it's like before the game even kicks off, I'm freezing. So that's
the thing.
It's like I just want to be warm when I get in, and then at least I can get cold over time. But like before the game's even kicked off, I'm like freezing. But like where I sat, I moved my season ticket this year, so it's cold. But the season ticket that I had before, that was like near Pep, so it's quite warm around there because the players' seats are heated. So like the light coming from them, so it's quite warm. But
that's the thing. My dad will never ever go into a game like early because he smokes e-cigarette. He smokes his e-cigarette like a lot, and obviously in the stadium you can't smoke it. So if he goes in early, he can't smoke it for like 3 hours or something. So he always likes to go in pretty much late. Like.
How many likes you got so far, Jan? How many likes so far?
Dunno. Can't see.
Everyone in the chat, if you haven't done yet, it's free. Smash that like button. It's one little button. Smash it. And then while you're at it, join the Sarcasm Cities team. You've got so many things. You've got gender with Lewis be part of that with Flawless. You've got Mandem. You've got Geldom. You've got Mandem and Geldom together. You've got Q&As. You've got so much stuff comes on. You've got to do it. So then just get yourself going, smash the like button, and join it. Come on.
Jan, where's your season ticket again, did you say?
Right now it's at the corner flag. It's so dead. Like, it's actually dead. Like, don't get me wrong, I sit with my girl next. She sits like just behind me, so it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, I don't like it. I like.
Does your dad sit with you?
Yeah.
Your dad sit with you? Yeah.
It's just me and my dad, and there's like, because it's like, you know where the ambulance and stuff are? It's next to that.
Yeah.
It's
I don't go to like.
I sit on the front row. No one is in front of me. Like, literally, it's just like the pitch and me. It's annoying. It's annoying. I don't want to.
I don't go to every game because I share my ticket with my little brother. Yeah. So he'll go to like half the league games. I'll go to like half of them. And like, but I go to every European game because it's like my brother's bedtime and he's got school in the morning, so like I get to go to them.
Yeah, I've not. I feel like I've not been.
I used to love going to the football the day after I got to school. I used to love doing it.
I was always allowed to go when it was a school night as well. That's the thing. Like, whereas my brother isn't, so that's quite funny to be fair. But like, but I was always allowed, so yeah, that was quite good. I remember once missing this like school event one night that was basically compulsory because Liverpool were playing in the Champions League, like against Real Madrid. So I got into trouble the next day in it. Like, but I didn't care. So.
No, my dad refused to take me when I was a kid. So I didn't go till I was like year 8, maybe year 8, something like that. But yeah, it's the minute I went, I was like, I'm coming back every week. But it's fun.
It's like me. Like I used to hate football until I was like maybe 7 or 8, maybe 7.5. I hated football. Like my dad tried to get me into it, but I just couldn't get into it. But then he basically forced me. He forced me to a game to go to Anfield. I didn't want to go, but he forced me, and as soon as I win it, I literally just fell in love. Like,
different, innit?
Like that's what happens. Like I think the game was Chelsea at home where Torres scored his first goal when he skinned Benaim. That was my first ever game.
Thanks for that.
That was my first ever game that I went to, and I felt that's why Torres is my favorite ever player as well.
Do you know what? You're lucky because I can't remember my first game. I can't remember the first player that scored. I can't remember anything. The first game that I actually remember was, I think it was a Manchester derby where some Man United fan got their head kicked in. But honestly, I don't remember the score. I don't remember what happened. Like, honestly, I'm assuming we probably lost. But yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
Can I ask you 2 questions of Jan and Ryan? Because I know Lewis, me and you probably chat about it tomorrow. But what do you think? What do you think about us for tomorrow? Do you think we've got a chance to get through?
Yeah, I think you'll go through personally. I think it'll be a pretty dead game. Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in it because both teams are defensively pretty sound, and you kind of got both like defensively minded managers at the moment. But I think Chelsea will probably do enough to get through. To be honest, like Atletico really disappointed me in that first leg. You know, like, they didn't do anything.
But they've got everyone back now, so it's good.
Who did they have out for that game though? Like, they still had Suarez and Joao Felix and these.
We had Yannick Carrasco was out.
I love Yannick Carrasco too.
And Kieran Trippier as well.
Oh yeah.
He's a good attacking threat for them. Yeah.
So I think me and Lewis have said it before. It's going to be a tight game. It's not going to be easy. And
do you know what I think? I think whoever scores first will make. Because I think if Chelsea score first, they won't get back into that. But if they score first, obviously it's wide open again. So it'll just depend.
We're missing 4 players for the game though. We've got no Mason Mount, he's suspended. No Jorginho, he's suspended. No Silva, he's still out injured, and no Tammy Abraham. He's out.
Well, don't say no Silva because you've got your Andreas Christensen in it. So like,
I know, but I'm saying it would have been nice to have him in the squad, wouldn't it, Lewis? Not starting because obviously AC be the number 1.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. Sorry.
I've got a good question for you guys. You guys could change one result, any result in the past. What result would you change?
Mine's easy.
Moscow.
Arsenal 3-1.
Final, isn't it?
If I
What,
could
this
swap that
season?
over for
Oh,
that
this
was the
season
one
or
that
in
killed us.
history?
No, in history. I mean, not this season, in history.
Yeah,
Gotta be
Moscow.
early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Moscow. If it's history, it's Moscow. If it's this season, it's Arsenal. Am I right, Liz?
Mm.
Didn't you lose the Champions
I think you've got to agree with that because you've got the hell in you.
What?
Didn't you lose
that
the
game-
Champions League final to United?
Yeah, that's he
Yeah,
said Moscow.
that
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to be it. 'Cause that means they'd have two, and you'd have two. You'd have
Weird one for me. The result I changed isn't actually a game where Liverpool played, but it's a game that would have had an impact. It was when City's final game against Brighton the season they won back to back. Because Brighton, Glenn Murray fucking put a 1-0 up and I was in Anfield. They gave me hope, man, that we were going to win the league. And fucking Aguero scored a minute later. Oh my God, I'm so vexed about that. Like, if Brighton had got something in that game, we would have won the league. Like, we would have won the league and Champions League in the same season. Like, oh,
yeah, but I don't think City don't tend to bottle it at the end. Like,
no, but I'm saying that if that's wrong result, I could change Brighton games so we'd win the league. Because we won against Wolves anyway, so that was fine.
Yeah. 1 minute.
For me, it would be
Lewis.
no, you know.
Yeah.
Lewis, have you got the fifth stand?
Nah, bro. Can't lie. I haven't got it.
Right. Tuchel said there's triple people getting new deals, and I haven't been able to look at it properly yet. But I'm guessing the triple is Silva, Christensen, and Rudiger.
Yeah,
yeah.
probably. That football dugout show at 10 o'clock.
You're saying Christensen could play either side of the three.
Yeah. I love that show. It's so funny. It's just so much shit on there, man.
It's wild. I think we're talking about that Sarah Everett, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I think we're talking about that again today.
But then you end up doing those would you rathers, wouldn't you? Like,
I know, they were wild.
Oh.
It's someone's incest, that person that's coming up with that. But some of the questions, it's all about stuff with your family.
Who's normally on it again? It's you, Jay, and Neeks.
Yeah.
Oh no, is it Neeks on it? Or is he...
Neeks comes on it from time to time, but he's not.
Yeah, but it's Jay and Devo.
Yeah. Nathan says, "Yeah, and why are United fans on Pep's case about spending money when they spent 300 million under Mourinho? Hypocritical or what? They've actually spent. Somebody said it was 40 million less than Man City, and then someone else said they've actually spent more. So I don't know, but yeah, they're a mess, to be honest. Jay, I hate to admit this, but I like the way Klopp improved Liverpool from Champions League final to Champions League winners to Prem runners up to Prem winners. Slow. Feel so dirty saying this. I need to wash my mouth out. Yeah, he's done exceptionally at Liverpool. Yeah, Company's goal was a banger and a half. I've not celebrated a goal like that for a long time, since probably that Aguero goal, to be honest.
It's been a bit dead this game, isn't it? Since there's 2 early goals.
Well, you know what, that Leicester game, like, it was one of them where we didn't look like we were going to score. So it was like, how are we going to score in this game? And then it was like, he just came up with that. And it was like, you could just tell. It was one of them goals where you knew we'd won the game after that goal. And then Kelechi missed a, easy chance on purpose. Agent Kelechi and all that. So got to love him.
I've always remembered that goal. That goal will always be in history.
Yeah, he definitely fluffed that on purpose. Trust me. I messaged him saying thanks for that, and he didn't say anything, which means that because he normally replies and he didn't say anything. 1 minute. What's it called? Remember the Incladzi wonder goal at Main Road? I don't remember it, but he was an absolutely fantastic player in a not very fantastic Man City side. He did actually say today, he came out and said that, like, he doesn't regret staying at Man City, even though he didn't win anything. I just feel sorry for players like that because they were just too good for City at the time, And
what a free kick.
Hey, Jan got a cupcake, innit?
Hey, now you got 3. I'm glad
Who scored
City.
this? Who were you? You said free kick. Who scored it?
Muriel. Atlanta got a goal back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
What's the
out.
score now then?
3-1. They're probably still out.
Yeah, they're out. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
Yes.
Were you talking
Gave me a
about
little
that
message on chat.
that company, the company goal against Leicester? You know
Yeah.
what pissed me off in that game wasn't that goal, it was the Nacho miss at the end.
Yeah, so it's not worth having a season ticket for Man United. What kind of football are you signing up for? Plus, it's
No,
double.
Real have scored again. Sensio.
Oh, that quick.
That game's been over.
Yeah, but Jan, did you tell your boy Kelechi to miss that chance at the end of that game? Because I was more vexed about that than the actual goal.
What about Kelechi's? Yeah.
Kelechi's miss at the end of that. Oh my god! I
Do you
remember
know
watching that, about to celebrate. Oh, it was only strongest foot as well. It was an easy chance. Oh my god!
He did that on purpose. Trust me, he did that on purpose.
But he put it so wide as well. Like it went so wide.
He
Oh,
wasn't trying to score that. It's like Sean Wright.
I've never seen that.
Did you see
My
how
dad's
Sean
never
Wright
forgotten
Phillips
about that.
played in that QPR game? Like, don't get me wrong. I know that obviously we were better than QPR that day. Like how it even got to 2-2, how it even got to 2-1 in the first place, I don't know. But you know, Sean Wright Phillips was not trying. Like I know what Sean Wright Phillips is like when he's on one, and he was not trying at all to win that game.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't. And Anua as well wasn't at his best. It just looked like they didn't. Not that they were going to give the result to Man City, but they weren't really trying not to. You know, they weren't really trying.
I remember Nedamanua's dad was a teacher at one of my high schools.
Was it?
He's a maths teacher, yeah. He didn't teach me, but he taught some of my friends, yeah.
Ah.
I remember speaking to him once, like asking him if he was actually Nedamanua's dad, and he went, yeah.
Ah. Yeah, we didn't have any. We had two footballers in my school. We had a Man City player and a Man United player.
Who's that?
Nah, he didn't ever really make it. I think he played in the cup a few times. He's called Richard Jones. And he played for United till he was about 19, I think, and then he left. The last time I saw him, he played against Arsenal in that Bradford City game where Arsenal got beat.
I remember that. That was years ago.
Off the bench. That's the last time I've seen him. But he was so nice. Like I remember he used to come to my house because he was friends with my sister. He was in year 11 when I was in year 7. He used to come to my house. So I knew him. So he was always really, really nice to me. So yeah, he was a good guy.
The only one I've got near me is Harvey Elliott.
Really?
He's a baller.
Yeah,
man.
he lived next to near my down my road. So it's the only one I've been near footballing wise.
Yeah. Yeah, the City player, like I didn't know him in school. Like I knew him because my cousin was close to him. He was in the year above me. My cousin was close to him. I didn't really know him, and I remember when I left school, I think he added me on Facebook or something, and he messaged me like, "Oh yeah, you're April's cousin." So I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, you're a City fan, aren't you?" So I was just like, "Yeah," and then we actually became really good friends. I remember it was like we were good friends in like 2007, 2008, and I remember when we got bought, he went to like Abu Dhabi with the team and stuff, with the first team, and he was saying to me like his position was like David Silva's. So he said to me, I think I'm going to leave because he said, I'm not going to start above David Silva. And he actually left. But again, him, the last time I saw him, like he's still on my Twitter. He does tweet the odd time. But last time I saw him, he scored a goal from the halfway line for what they called Salford City. And it was all over the news.
I ain't really got any claim to fame like that. And all I know is that like my uncle years ago, because obviously like my uncle is pretty old. Like he was mates with like do you know that England cricket player Johnny Bairstow, ginger guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, with his dad. he knew his dad because they went to the same school, and like I've got a relative who won like MasterChef a few years ago in it, but like that's all really. She's like a second. She's called Salia. Like she won it in 2017. Yeah, she's related to me. Like she's related to me. She's like all right. She's related to me in terms of my dad and her dad are cousins.
Oh yeah. I'll go shoot, guys. Got some shopping to bring in. So
big up, man.
All right, look after yourselves.
Yeah, man.
All right, night.
In a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know anyone, to be honest. Like, it's just in school, obviously you have, but a lot of the players don't make it. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of the things. They were the only ones that we had, you know. But I don't know. It's
I've known a couple of people from my school who've like played for like Blackburn Academy and Bolton Academy, but they've not really made it anywhere. To be fair, last time I heard, they both left their clubs and not really. I think they're in one of them's like in some academy, but it's pretty low down. To be fair, so that's all I don't really know any like.
A lot of my year played for like Rochdale, and then one of them, like I don't think obviously he didn't make it as a player, but I remember he works for the PFA now. So I remember he had pictures with like Salah when he won it because that's like his job. So I don't really know, but I don't know these people anymore. It's just one of them things. But I remember that guy that played for City, he's called James. He actually came to my house once after training.
Yeah.
Like threw some boots at me and was like, "Oh, do you want my boots?" And I was like, "Just go get Robinho to sign them, bring them back, and I'll take them."
Wait, what? He just gave you his boots? Like,
I don't want his boots. What do I want his boots for? I was like, go get Robinho.
Oh man.
Keep them then. Like, got the hell. But he said that on his way to my house, like Stephen Island had broken down at the side of the motorway. So I was like, "Why didn't you give him a lift?" And he was like, "Oh, because I was coming to your house." I was just like, "Well, you don't leave him at the side of the road." Like,
I remember my cousin once, years ago, beeping Sir Alex Ferguson driving past.
Yeah.
Sir Alex Ferguson was driving past and he saw him because he could see the number plate, and then it was him in the car, and I think he beeped at him or something. Sir Alex Ferguson like gave him a thumbs up or something like that.
I've never seen Fergie, even though he lived quite close to me. Because my dad sat next to him on a plane. Because my dad used to work in Aberdeen, and my dad used to get a plane back every week. You know, he used to work there Monday to Friday and then come back on the plane on a Friday night.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's
every week. Do you know how long that flight is? Your dad used to do that every week.
Yeah. And my dad didn't really like going out there, so he'd go to Aberdeen and then he'd come back. And Fergie was there a few times, I think. I don't think it was just the once, but I'm sure my dad said he was sat next to him one flight. Yeah. My dad wouldn't speak to him though; he don't like him. But
I know my uncle said he sat next. My uncle said he sat next to Brian Robson on a plane once, and Brian Robson was like a mad alcoholic at that time, pretty much. So he was just drinking like glasses of wine and shit. Like he was pretty drunk. Like that's what my uncle tells me. And my uncle met Stephen. My uncle's a massive United fan. My uncle and that. Like, I don't have any relatives apart from my dad who are Liverpool. They're pretty much United. And they met Steven Gerrard, and they were like proper nice to him and stuff like. And my auntie, they had pictures with him. My auntie had like her arm around him, like proper, like pretty weird to be fair. Like,
it's funny though. Like, I don't really see celebrities that much. Like, my auntie sent me a picture saying, "Oh, Yannicka, what about him?" She sent me this picture and it was her and Daniel Sturridge. I was like, no, what the hell?
Oh, was she trying to hook you up with him?
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm good, thanks.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That is.
Him. Like, she's got a really nice picture with him. Like, it's a really nice picture. I understand. No, I'm good, thanks. You're so funny. Like, my mum sees a lot, but she doesn't know who they are. So what she does is she'll say like, "Oh, I saw two guys. I think they were footballers." Yeah. Like, she doesn't know. She saw Fergie though, because Fergie apparently walked past my house. Like, not my house, but like walked at the end of my road or somewhere around.
Yeah.
My mum said she had to stop the car because he just walked into the road. I was like, I would have just accidentally not stopped. But you know,
I remember like my aunt. Well, not my auntie, but like one of my dad's cousins, right? she works for Etihad, so she works closely with Man City because obviously they're sponsored by him, and she was on a plane with the City squad once on the way to a Champions League game, so she met all the players. So she met like Vincent Company, and I think on one of the trophy parades, she was quite close to him, and Vincent and Company waved at her or something like, and she said hi to her and shit like that, like. So yeah.
It's always nice stuff like that. Like they do remember, you know, especially if it's like that same chance every minute in this game and you've not scored yet. What's going on, Mahrez?
Well, JB says when his mum was young. JB says when his mum was young, she met the entire Indian cricket team. Jeez, I miss cricket so much. Like I used to go to a few. The Cricket World Cup was a madness.
Yeah.
That was such a good summer. That
Man City are free, yay!
Yay, congratulations. You were always going to go. What score did it finish?
Oh, it was just 2-0 again so far.
Did you miss a lot of chances?
Not really. It's just Mahrez was trying to curl it in. So he had about 3 different chances where he should be putting that away. Like, normally would, but I don't know.
Are we doing the Q&A tomorrow night or Thursday?
I think it'll be tomorrow night because Flawless ain't going to want to come on if they get knocked out to AC.
Oh, I'd love it to be on Thursday if they get knocked out. That'd be so funny.
Yeah. Nathan said, Jan, I can't lie. Rabinho and Stephen Allen was a decent little partnership on the pitch, in my opinion. Agree or disagree? You know what? I feel like Rabinho, he was a little bit, I don't want to say too good for, because that City squad were actually all right. Like, they were a decent squad. I just think he'd come from like a Madrid where you were expected to win, and he came to a Man City where the players didn't really believe they could do it. And I think he didn't really last at Man City because he was kind of coming in thinking we can win anything, and our players were kind of like we'd be lucky to get to a final. So it was, their mentalities were very, very, very different. And I think that's why, like the likes of like Phil Foden, he's come up seeing Man City win. So when they look at like his mentality, he's not scared of winning. Like, he sees it as the norm. Like, Man City have been winning since I've come into this team. Do you know what I mean? So it's a little bit less foreign to him than it would have been for like somebody else that's come through the years ago, if you know.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends. But I think mentality-wise, as good as I thought Robinho was decent for Man City, to be honest. But I just think he was probably there at the wrong time.
Yeah. Zane says, big up my country, England last year, World Cup. That World Cup final, Cricket World Cup final, is the best match in history. Like, that was insane, that game. Ben Stokes is the best cricket player in the world.
Hey, no Chris Gale disrespect on here.
You can't compare them, though. You can't compare Ben Stokes to Chris Gale because one's a batsman, one's an all-rounder. So you can't compare them. Chris Gale was a ridiculous big hitter, man. I love watching West Indies. West Indies are the most fun team to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
They just love tonking it all the time. It's so fun.
Yeah, that's why I like.
That's why they get massive defeats sometimes, because they lose too many wickets at times.
Yeah.
Because even in like 50-over matches, they'll play like a T20 side because that's what they are. But they're just so entertaining to watch. I love them. Like that when I went to that New Zealand West Indies game in the World Cup, like I missed the fucking best part of that fucking game because we left early. And then Brathwaite went on the madness.
I've got some videos.
Brathwaite went on.
Like,
yeah, you were there, weren't? Which stand were you in?
The temporary one.
Oh, same. I was right at the top of that. It was me, my brother, my dad, and my uncle. Like,
yeah, we were me and my dad were high up, and then Neeks was low down, so we went and joined Neeks and sat like where he was. But yeah, like it was.
Because they didn't sell out the game. Yeah.
The last 10 minutes was crazy because I remember he was going in on Braithwaite the whole time, like going in. And I was like, and then at the end, it was down to Braithwaite to win it. And I was like,
he should have won it. He should have won it, though, because I remember we left after, I think that West Indies might have lost the 7th wicket and we thought it was all over.
Yeah.
So we just left. And then we got back home and realised that, oh my God, Braithwaite's on a madness. But the weird thing is, I think he needed like 6 runs from 7 balls. And he just needed to do it easily, and he went for the big shot and fucking he just missed out. He should have won that game. That was a mad game, though. Madness.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere there was so good as well. Like,
I know.
the
It was
atmosphere was
such
so
a good
good.
game. Such a good
So
game.
much fun. I love cricket. I actually love cricket, to be fair.
I do. I don't watch it enough. Like, my favourite player for like in cricket terms was Darren Sammy. I loved him. And like when he kind of left, it was a bit like, it's a shame because I liked him. But yeah, I don't watch the West Indies all the time. Like, I used to watch them a lot.
Yeah,
I don't really watch them anymore. So I couldn't tell.
I might watch the odd like T20. Like, I don't really watch a lot during the year because obviously there's football on, and you know, a lot of them come on during the day when I'd be working or at school or something or uni. But in the summer, like when there's a tournament on, like I'll be all over that. Like, it's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I understand it. Like, what I like about cricket is I understand it as well. Like, I understand all the rules and like, you know, it's so much fun.
Because I always wanted to go on the West Indies cricket tour. That's what I wanted to do, and
I've heard that's good. Yeah,
you know, they come to England, but like that World Cup was a real opportunity to go, and that's why I went. But yeah, it's good. Conrad says, Jan, thoughts on Jamaica's international team? The problem we've got is attracting the talent that we should have, because you know people like Antonio reject us, and they're not going to play for England, so they need to just join up. And then I think we've got a chance. I don't think Damari Gray will join. I think he'll expect to get in the England team at some point. But yeah, I think it'd be nice to sort of get a little team together and go. The only problem with Jamaican people is that Jamaica's problematic in it. They don't really pay their players properly. They don't pay the athletes properly. So it's one of them things. I think to find sort of an agreement with these players is going to be harder than it should be, simply because they won't want to pay anything. And I know footballers don't actually get paid for international football. They usually give it to charity or whatever. I just don't know what if they'll offer them a deal that they'll want, you know. And it's also things like flying over to the other side of the world, playing in competitions.
Yeah.
It's just at different times, like a lot goes into it. It's not as easy to just say, oh yeah, they can just come and play for Jamaica. A lot of these Jamaican players as well are not actually Jamaican, like a Sterling. So there's a lot of sort of British-born Jamaicans that haven't spent a lot of time in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So there's things like that come into it as well. But yeah, I would love to see us get a squad together. I'd love to see the World Cup, but I just don't know if we're good enough, to be honest.
Yeah, Zayn, I remember the crazy thing about the England and New Zealand final when the ball hit Ben Stotts. That was hilarious because they tried to run him out and he dived and the ball hit the bat and went out for a boundary and they added it up to a 6. That was hilarious. That if he hadn't have done that, England would have lost that game. I don't know. I still don't know how that was allowed to stand. Though, to be fair, that was a joke.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap up there because I've got another show starting in a sec. So yeah, I think we're gonna just wrap up there. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join the membership if you haven't already. And I think the next program on this is gonna be tomorrow. What day are we on? Wednesday. What's on?
Is there anything tomorrow? I don't even know if there's anything.
I think there's definitely the Q&A.
Yeah, the Q&A is tomorrow night. But is there anything? There's no watch along either or anything.
No. So I think it's just the Q&A, which will be about midnight. So yeah, tune in for that.
It might be like a music-minded podcast or something because that normally is on Wednesdays if it happens. But I'm not sure.
On Wednesday. Okay.
Well, sometimes I think I'm not sure. Flawless will know, innit?
Yeah. Find out from Flawless on Twitter. But yeah, just check in tomorrow. I'm sure it'll tell you when it's due to start. Anyway, actually, you know what? I could actually check. Let me check quickly.
Yeah.
What date is tomorrow? The 17th.
17th. Yeah.
Let me have a look quickly before we lock off. The 17th. Okay, so we've got just the sports Q&A.
What time is that tomorrow?
It's set for 11:30, so it'll be about.
It'll change.
So it'll be about midnight because I'm at work tomorrow, so it'll take longer. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Jay said he's joining us on the football dugout. Big up for you.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Probably be a bit of time.
So yeah. So yeah, still there's no way. Sterling's too good to pick Jamaica as much as I'd love it to happen. He's too good. So he couldn't do that. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Like the video. See you later.